Introducing Alpaca Airways' new line of package holidays to all of your favorite earthly destinations. Here at Alpaca Airways, we try our best to make sure you start your holiday without stress and a smile that'll last until you return safely home from another memorable sunny break. Our crew are the friendliest in the sky. In fact, let us introduce them to you. Starting with our lovely cabin crew, Mariana will see to all of your in-flight service needs from gate to gate across the skies of Europe and beyond, with her trusty junior cabin assistant Jack at her beck and call, who will fetch you anything you need to make your journey a pleasant one. Our flight deck crew are also second to none, almost too literally. First Officer Jim keeps a watchful eye over the instruments and can be seen providing in-flight entertainment with his pathetic attempts at courtship. You'll have to do better than that, Jim. Chief Captain Flight Deck 2 Sim will safely see you to your destination, fearlessly controlling the aircraft, be it through smooth skies or a tickle of turbulence. Trust us when we tell you he's no chicken. Our in-flight meal service is industry-leading with our new buy-on-board menu featuring buttered bread, bread and butter pudding, butterscotch candy, and of course, I can't believe it's not butter, for those days where the captain just needs to get on the deck. At Alpaca Airways, we offer exclusive members-only alpaca coach seating at the front of the aircraft, allowing you access to the flight deck before takeoff and after landing to discuss anything from flap angles to marriage advice with our friendly cockpit crew. We've received accolades from literally several customers and regularly provide charter flights to high flyers such as Her Majesty Lizzie Windsor, who has described her experience on Alpaca Airways as proper banging and the absolute dog's I can't read that out on broadcast radio. We can guarantee you won't find a better deal. In fact, our flights are on average 15% cheaper than our rivals, Llama International Airlines. So don't delay, call today on 0800 737 737 015 to book your Alpaca holiday now. And remember, if it's not butter, go around until the engines splutter.
Well, a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen, or I should say, guten Abend. Welcome to another Flight Deck to Sim live stream. Today, it's the 24th of September 2020 for the United Kingdom. It's 7 minutes past 8 here in the evening here. And boy oh boy, back in X-Plane 11, the ZIBO MOD 737, everyone's absolute favourite for another Alpaca Airways service in Europe. Now, we are running the sim 12 hours behind live time, so right now in the sim, it's I think it's 7:07 Zulu in the morning, but that way we can enjoy a bit of daylight for a change as the nights are drawing out here in Europe. I hope you're doing all very well. Lots of members in today. We've got Jonah, Listerman, Captain Monster, B9 Bot 1 as well. I hope you all enjoyed the Alpaca Airways advert, of course. We've even got Mean Monkey, Vasco da Gama, the boy Jerem saying hi, Captain. I hope you're all doing very, very well. Fantastic. So in Stuttgart, South Germany, this is some scenery here from Aerosoft. We're going to Dublin in Ireland. Flight time in the region of 1 hour 35, 1 hour 40 minutes or so. Both airports fully catered with ATC today on VATSIM, which is one of the reasons why I chose this sector. Flight time in the region of 1 hour 40 minutes or so. Now, I've actually got the aircraft set up in a transit setup state this evening. The reason being, I think the ATC at VATSIM finishes at 10 o'clock and the flight time's around 1 hour 40, so we need to get airborne really in the next 15 to 20 minutes. But we'll still do all the briefings at least, and hopefully one of the controls will at least be on by the time we get there. Anyway, looks like we've got a few people joining us here. We're on a remote stand here in Stuttgart. What stand are we on? I can't actually remember off the top of my head. Stand 56, I think we chose here. Now, it's scenery from Aerosoft. It isn't the best, if I'm perfectly honest. There's a few little texture issues, but overall it's okay. It's depicted the airport quite nicely. But it looks like we've got a Flight Deck to Sim. We've got another Alpaca Airways aircraft, a few other aircraft joining us, hopefully, on this sector to Dublin. There's an aircraft on final for runway 25. Weather forecast isn't that great for Dublin either as well. Potential for some quite strong winds, so it could be quite entertaining later. There we are. You can hear the GPU chugging away. Yes, I always forget we've got a colleague of ours who always has this issue in Alpaca Airways of forgetting to lower the landing gear. It looks like he's had that issue again as well. But at least we've got the more up-to-date version we're flying today with the skimpters, so fantastic. We don't have Wi-Fi installed to this aircraft though. Hope Madness says so much package. Don't lose no time. We'll try not to list of it. We'll get there as soon as we can. Jode saying to Mariana, my subscription should be enough. Why Ford's ads on us too? You've got to watch the Alpaca Airways advert at all times. Right, anyway, let's turn the old music down here in the background because we are in the middle of boarding at the moment. There we go, lovely. Right, so here we are in Stuttgart then, stand 56. We'll grab the ATIS very shortly. I'm going to go through the briefings now, show you kind of where we're going geographically as well. We'll do taxi briefing, SID briefing as well. Then we'll grab the clearance. Fuel's already uplifted. I've taken a little bit of extra because it is a busy VATSIM event this evening in Dublin. So let's go up here to charts. Here's our operational flight plan. So, let's just flick over to the map first. Now, one of my members did ask the other day if he could explain some of the SIG weather charts. I might do that briefly here. So this is just the geographical chart. Here we are, southwest Germany, flying right over north of Luxembourg, Belgium, crossing the English Channel, over pretty much top of London, and then over Wales onwards to Dublin. This is a chart I don't often show you. So SIG weather chart here, so showing isolated embedded CBs below flight level 280 should be a factor for our route state. Also a jet stream below us too. Expecting moderate turbulence and icing on descent into Dublin, so we'll see how that's going to be dealt with. Now, icing isn't exactly realistically depicted, but yeah, the winds are picking up later on there, so it could be quite interesting. That's where we are going. Let's take you to the first page of that flight plan as well. We need 7 tons of fuel minimum. I've taken 8.1. That's around an extra 30 minutes or so, just to cater for any delays into Dublin. Looking very busy this evening on VATSIM there. Otherwise, everything else is loaded. Our SID we're expecting is a Tajik 4 Bravo. So here's the airport chart, Tajik 4 Bravo. Let's just have a little quick route and brief of this. Oh, we'll explain our taxi. So on a remote stand here, stand 56, no pushback required. Start the engines. Taxi via November onto Sierra, and then I've done the performance for via Delta intersection for runway 25, so we should be able to get from there, if not most likely full length. And then the SID, it's part RNAV, part conventional. There's 2 options to choose from here. I've gone for the conventional one, but we're overlaying it with RNAV. So initial climb clearance, expect to stop the climb at an altitude of 5,000 feet. So I've set 5,100 again. That's just to remind me. We haven't got the clearance from ATC yet. For initial climb, refer to the inset. So the inset says here, straight ahead till 5.6 miles from Stuttgart VOR, so 1685. We'll tune that up on standby. And now make it active. And the same this side as well. 1685. There we go. That's all tuned. You can see the arrows pointing in the right direction. That's great. We've got 252 set for runway QDM. And once we get there, we're going to make a right turn max 230 knots until we're established on the track of 339. So you can see in the FMC, we've got a max 230 knots as the active speed restriction. And then we've got a height point at the 238 radial. And then we're going to be going to Abgan, from Abgan to Tajik. So it's all coded. We've got the RNAV points there. And then there is Tajik. Now, we should put 5,000 feet in the FMC as well. I don't always do this, but often when I come back from work, I start doing everything exactly as we do in the real aircraft too. So that way, it just reminds us if we have the incorrect altitude set here on the MCP, if VNAV's engaged, it will level off at 5,000 feet for us. Perfect. So that's pretty much it briefing-wise. Now let's grab the ATIS and get some weather. Stuttgart ATIS 126125. I've had issues recently on VATSIM trying to get the ATIS via voice. Let's have a listen here.
Do not.
It's working.
Visibility 10 kilometers.
Let's grab the weather.
Showered clouds. Few clouds at 500 feet. Scattered CB 5000 feet. Temperature 15. 2.14 QNH 1004 hectopascals or 2965 inches trend.
Oh.
No significant change. Stuttgart information Charlie.
It's Charlie.
Out. Stuttgart information Charlie. Met report time 1850. Expect ILS approach runway and use 25 transition level 70 attention.
Attention.
Departure frequency for all departing aircraft is long and radar on frequency 125.050.
So that's the airborne frequency.
Wind 080 degrees, 2 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers in the vicinity, shower clouds.
Perfect.
Few clouds at 500.
So we've got all the ATIS there, which is great. Main bit to take away from that is there's some CBs around. Wind's 0802 knots, so it's basically you know, calm wind. So I think runway 25. Did it actually say what runway? Yeah, it did say runway 25 for departure. So you know, it's for all essential purposes, it's a tailwind, but we can consider that's calm winds. And that's it. Low cloud at 500 feet CBs, but they're not always depicted correctly. Look at that, China Cargo 777. He's got a long way to go. Sweet. So we've got the ATIS now. Let's get our clearance on ground, which is frequency 118.6. Just gonna change my sound volumes here. Oh, I just realised I have two versions of Sim Toolkit Pro running. Let me just quit that one. I hope that doesn't get rid of the other one. There we go. So just bear with me, guys. Just getting the volume mixer for VATSIM up. Otherwise, the guy could be potentially screaming in my ear when I talk to him shortly. There we go. Right, so 118.6. Let's grab the clearance, and we'll get the APU started. As soon as we've got the clearance, I'm going to request engine start. No pushback required today, and we're doing very well. Mariana's just ran in. Anyone tell him to give us the 737 preferences file, said Mick97. I don't have that available at the moment, but I will get that added to Nightbot. Thanks a lot. Mariana, always looking out for those bits of information. Oh, delivery's online, is it? Ah, you're right, 121.9. Just testing you. Perfect. Stuttgart delivery, even better. We'll pop the APU on the bus. Oh, still powering up, but it sounds like it's nearly booted on. Excellent. Stuttgart delivery. Very good evening, Alpaca 8 Alpha. Remote stand 56, information Charlie, QNH 1004, departure clearance to Dublin, please.
Alpaca 8 Alpha, Stuttgart delivery, wonderful. Good evening, information Charlie, current startup approved. Cleared Dublin via VATIR Bravo departure, thereafter direct Ritsu, then proceed as filed. Initial climb 5,000 feet,
Oh my God.
squawk 2162.
Clear to Dublin. You might have to just confirm that departure would be 5,000 feet, squawk 2162, Alpaca 8 Alpha. What was that?
Alpaca 8 Alpha departure is the VATIR Bravo, Victor
VATIR.
Echo Sierra India Delta 4 Bravo departure.
VATIR 4 Bravo, Alpaca 8 Alpha, thank you.
And thereafter direct Ritsu, Alpaca 8 Alpha.
Thank you, VATIR 4 Bravo, and then direct to Ritso, and engine start approve, Alpaca 8 Alpha. My goodness, my German is not best, but his pronunciation is very difficult for me to understand. But also, when you're expecting a certain SID and they give you something different, it's always a bit like, oh. So that was a VATIR 4 Bravo. Hello, Jack. Oh my God, he's just jumped right up on me here. VATIR 4 Bravo. What have I told you so many times before, guys? Always get your clearance first prior to briefing. So there's VATIR 4 Bravo. It looks like it's pretty much the same, except you reach VATIR first. And after VATIR, direct to Ritsu. So that's all coded in the FMC. So, VATIR 4 Bravo. There we go. So, yeah, I mean, the only difference is we go to a waypoint called VATIR instead of Tajik, but that's fine. We're just going to check for discontinuities as well. So we've got Afghan, VATIR, and then Ritsu. Looking good. Otherwise, it's pretty much the same. Look, max, still the initial part of the departure is the same. 5.6 from... I nearly said Santiago, not Santiago, Stuttgart, and then a right turn inbound to VATIR. Lovely. Right. Air conditioning packs off, APU bleed on, air conditioning light on. We have been cleared for engine start. Actually, here's a big no-no. Don't put the anti-collision light on with the ground crew are not ready, so make sure you talk to them first. So, doors, air stairs, retract. It won't be the first time. Oh, goodness, where are the doors again? contract.
Good, delivery, good evening.
I think it should close automatically. There we go.
Charlie, at stand 14.
And now we need to just get rid of the GPU. There we go. So GPU is disconnected. Excellent. So just turn him down a little bit. Right. So I hope you're happy with anything. If you have any questions, let me know in chat. Again, I always have it as sort of a sterile cockpit here, so we just crack on, especially because I want to get to Dublin as soon as possible. But we're all good for engine start here. No pushback required. We're on a self-positioning stand, so we could just start the engines. Oops, forgot to set the squawk. Again, just testing you guys. 2162. So 2162 at 5,000 feet. And it was still 5,000 feet. Perfect. There's 25%. Fuel can come in.
And delivery Alpaca 55.
Alpaca's left, right, and centre here. Excellent. It's like a little mini German base. We're all here.
And Alpaca 2871
So that started out monitoring engine number 2, 2463. 2 stable. Can now start engine number 1.
Stand on 118.6.
It's got Ryanair pushing back as well. I think he's going to Dublin too, most likely. Those winglets look super sexy, says Leonard VG. I prefer, to be fair, just the blended winglets. Not a fan of the skipters, if I'm honest, but we have all sorts at Alpaca Airways. There's 25%. Start the spar valve closed. Notice here, we've got the correct QNH set, 1004. But for some reason the elevation it's around 100 feet off what it should be. You know, this is based off the runway. I think the coded based elevation here. Now the aerodrome elevation in Stuttgart is, just looking at the chart here, 1276. But it's programmed here in the mod as 1176. It's about a 100-foot difference. We should be right on that yellow line pretty much, or give or take. That usually shows you got the wrong QNH set, but we definitely have the right QNH set there. Right, starter cut out, monitoring engine number 1, and that's stable. Right, we can do the before taxi flow now. There we are. Pax auto, AP bleed off, and the rest is set. Flaps. 5 for departure. Flight controls. Full forward, full back, and left, centre, right, centre, and here comes the rudders. Full right, centre, full left, centre, recall, blank the lower DU. That's it. Everything is done here. We will now do the before taxi checklist. But I imagine that's done. We'll request taxi. Alpaca 8 Alpha, 2 good starts, request taxi. We'll have to go to ground, most likely. Ground on 1186, thank you very much. Alpaca 8 Alpha, choose. That's my German exhausted. Just turn up that volume here slightly. And tower frequency. We've got 2 tower frequencies. I'll go with the bottom one, 1188. So it looks like our colleagues just got ahead of us. Tomjet going as well. Stuttgart ground, good Abend, sits Alpaca 8 Alpha, request taxi. Nearly had a slip of the tongue there. Japan
Roger, holding present position, Alpaca 55 Fox.
Steve Mayer, don't talk about rudders. Oh yeah. Have you got them fixed yet? Hope you're doing well, mate. Is that the new 737 Ultra Low? Yeah, it's the low rider version. It's got tiny little wheels in the engines. Still have the crazy ground crew. Nortski. I know.
Alpaca 8 Alpha, taxi to holding point runway 25 via November and Alpha.
That's the only point 25 via November and Alpha, Alpaca 8 Alpha. So on stand 5-6, basically straight ahead, look, first left, and then all the way taking November. It's 2 taxiways here, just basically taking the northern taxiway all the way to the whole point. Right, all ready to go, guys. Turn off taxi, clear left and clear right. Use parking brake. Config. There we are, no takeoff config warning horn. On our way. Oh my goodness me. Are you crazy? Yeah. German oh, great. Well, that game over, guys. Great stream. See you later. Unbelievable. Ground crew just absolutely crazy. Just making sure that was first left here. But yeah, the scenery from Airsoft here, it's okay. Usually the scenery's alright, but I don't know. I'll show you some of the terminal textures and stuff. I was a bit let down by it. You know, some of them are very, very good Airsoft sceneries, but this one, not that great. I'll just quickly show you here. It's not safe to go see it here, but I wasn't too impressed with Payware. I mean, yeah, we'll leave this airport behind. Hopefully someone will have they'll update it soon at some point. Ground crew in a BMW X5. You might laugh. There's an Italian airport, I think it might be Bergamo, where the ground crew drive around in a Lamborghini. They have a follow me car. It's a I think it's a Lamborghini Gallardo.
Continue taxi, Alpaca 55 Fox.
Alpaca 44 Delta after... Oh, no, Alpaca 44 Delta, call you back.
So we are on the northern taxiway, all the way to the whole point Alpha. We could be cheeky. I say we're ready via Charlie.
Contact Stuttgart Tower 118.6. Bye bye. Have a nice evening. 118.6 of a correction. Alpaca 16.
Got headed over to ground, I think.
Alpaca 44 Delta.
Oh no, it's a little light aircraft here as well. On VATSIM, that's cool.
Runway 255, November Alpha, Alpaca 44 Delta.
I think that might be Jordan, our New Zealand member. It's Bologna where they have the Lamborghini. Yeah, I can remember what sort of one of the Italian airports. Excuse me. You must excuse me because I do keep. I've just realised. Yes, transponder to out off again. Where are you guys? Who spotted that?
Contact Stuttgart Tower 118.8. Bye bye. Correction, I forgot to switch on frequency.
I thought it'd be car style. Universe, it was he.
No, you didn't. You actually gave him ground.
Ooh.
Oh, okay, sorry. Alpaca 16 Sierra X-ray, sorry. And Alpaca 2871 is ready for taxi.
Oh, someone's pointing out everyone's mistakes. He did give him ground, to be fair. I remember hearing it. I was looking at the frequency thinking, hold on, that's the ground frequency you gave him. We all make mistakes.
Taxi to Holden Point runway 25 via Mike, India, November and Alpha for Alpaca 287.
Temp fix with elastic band, Steve. That'll make it work. Well, we'll do the before takeoff checklist now. So config we checked, flaps we have 5 green lights, stab trim set for departure 6 units. It's not set for departure, that is why we do checklists. 6 units set, takeoff briefing. Obviously in real life, you know, we'd never do that because we check the stab trim about 3 times before it's taxi. Pax auto bleeds on, the V-speeds are set for departure, 28, 29, 139 set here on the MCP.
Alpaca 8 Alpha, contact Stuttgart Tower 118.8. Bye bye, have a nice evening.
At Tower 118.8, same to you, Alpaca 8 Alpha, choose. Perfect, 118.8.
Bravo Delta, contact Stuttgart ground 118.8.
Oh, he is loud. Let's just turn him down here.
Well, it's 6 right now.
Oops. Calm down, Windows.
Delta Mike 4, Einflug über Echo genehmigt, danach...
Departure then was changed. It's no longer the Tajik departure. It was the Vesid 4 Bravo. Sorry, I was just looking at the VATSIM there. Vesid 4 Bravo departure. Going to be climbing straight ahead 5.6 miles. 5.6 miles, then a right turn inbound to Abgan, and then to Vesid. Stock climbs 5,000 feet sit at the MCP. NADP2, any problems will climb straight ahead to the MSA. MSA to the west, highest is 3,900, so we'll go to 4,000 feet. That's it. Right, I'll try and taxi the straight line now. We'll go to the end look, because we've got A1 in front of us and 2 on final here, so it might be a short delay for departure. Drunk taxiing. Trim air, again, well done. I was just testing you guys. There is the Stuttgart VOR there. So he's got to line up and wait clearance behind this guy. And it was the airborne frequency. That's what I wanted to do. That's what I was trying to find on VATSIM. The next airborne frequency 125.05.
Stuttgart Tower, good night, down packet 55 Foxtrot. We're ready in sequence.
Oh, I haven't actually checked in yet.
Good evening.
Stuttgart Tower, good evening. Alpaca 8 Alpha. Holding point at Alpha, runway 25, also ready for departure.
Alpaca 8 Alpha, Stuttgart Tower, good evening.
Excellent. Oh my god, there's a dog in the cabin. No, I'm not joking, there's it's Jack. What is it? We moved... Oh my goodness me. It's, right, basically, we moved house quite recently, guys. And every time someone walks past the front of the house, he barks. Which is great, but it makes you jump. Alright, loving the Jack emojis this evening. Right, there's the whole point. Don't want to cross Alpha. That's a runway incursion. Oh, I forgot to turn this off. We don't need the old X checklist. We'll pop this off. It's all changed now. The little app plugin app in there. There we go. Oh no, I don't want to turn that one off. That one. Thank you. Cool. So busy in Stuttgart this evening. Look.
Alpaca 160 X-ray wind calm, runway 25, cleared for takeoff. Bye bye.
So he's saying bye bye because he's got the when he says bye bye like that, because you've got the automatic changeover which you get with your ATIS or clearance there. There you go, guys. 29 minutes in, ready for departure. We should get to Dublin just before ATC terminates. Nortsky telling you off for getting trim out, I know. Sergio, glad to watch a live stream in a real simulator. Sergio, I was never going to leave X-Ray behind. I've oh, that was interesting. Microsoft Flight Simulator is great. I don't get me wrong, but it's a GA simulator as of today. Looking forward to flying some proper jets there, the default ones. Yeah, there's a reason why I'm not streaming default commercial airliners in Microsoft Flight Simulator. They are very basic, and credit to the team for making them. They are very good for anyone who's new to simming. So I think they're great fun for anyone who's brand new, and you can use the basic pitch mode stuff just like you could on the default aircraft there. Behind the landing, Lufthansa A320, line up and wait via Alpha 25 behind Alpaca 8 Alpha. So is that a Lufthansa A320? It sure is. Right, parking brake release, and we confirm with Jim. Are we cleared to line up and wait? A firm, we are cleared to line up and wait. Clear left, clear right, and seat the crew checks below the line. Full transponder to TARA. So the MCP is set for departure.
Approaching 25.
Transponder set to TARA so they can be seen on an aircraft. Strobe lights are on. We're just waiting for our takeoff clearance for runway 25. This tower controller seems very efficient, getting us away between landing traffic. Oh, my lineups in desktop sims at the moment are pants. Let me do that again. Just imagine the last 15 seconds didn't happen. Sorry. Oh my god, I've got full right. I've got full right on my tiller. Come on, ZIBO. Right, 25 clear takeoff, Alpaca 8 Alpha. I'm just going to make sure I'm pointing in the right direction. I went full right, and now I'm going full left, and it's not going right. Oh, it's a bit, I don't know, something's happened to the taxi here. Something's weird. Right, stabilise, timing. Nothing to see here. Push toga, set takeoff thrust. Oops. Look, it's saying anti-skidding off as well every time I turn the tiller. Right, I'm going to use the rudders to maintain center line. Right, looking for 94.7. Takeoff thrust set indications normal.
89.
Checked. There you go. Release the forward pressure now. Oh yeah, toga's in chat. My apologies.
V1 rotate.
Rotate. 2.5 degrees per second. Oh, very slow rotation. Come on. There we are. Airborne.
Positive rate.
Gears coming up. Yeah, so it's a bit weird with the steep turns on the tiller taxiing there, for sure. Oh great, I'm now getting a terrain caution. Amazing.
1,000.
Excellent, we'll bug up.
55 Foxtrot, line and runway 25.
I knew I forgot to do something, forgot to turn the weather radar on. That's what we want as the captain now. So there's N1, that happens at 1500 feet AGL, that's when your takeoff thrust reverts to climb thrust. So we can now select flaps 1.
I want an Alpha Tower, good evening.
Contact Langen radar now. Oops. And flaps up, it's a little bit early, just wait until you're above that 1 bug in real life. And we're approaching 1 to go. Langen radar, good evening, Alpaca 8 Alpha. And passing 4,100 for altitude 5,000 feet on the VATSIM 4 Bravo. Perfect, he's very quiet.
Alpaca 86, correction 16.
So there's 5,000 feet. Whoa, flight directors on. Come on, flight directors. That was a bit of an altitude bust there. Look, the flight director's very slow to react. Might need some fine tuning. Oops, someone's done a missed approach. Yeah, the flight directors aren't doing a great job at commanding level flight here. Jeez.
Alpaca 8 Alpha, turn left heading 270.
Left heading 270 degrees, Alpaca 8 Alpha. So I'm still hand flying here. It's not quite in trim. Why can I hear?
Altimeter setting.
Yes, that's not correct because I'm still maintaining an altitude. Oh my god, I'm trying to hand fly, and the ZIBO mod is not having anything here. Oh dear. I'm trying to have a bit of fun here. Right, 270 heading select. Yeah, the flight directors. Look at that. They're meant to be. They're really slow to react. Something's definitely... When I leveled off there, I was really reliant on the flight directors, which you shouldn't be. You should be able to look through them. But they were really slow. They didn't get the outer choir with the flight director there. Didn't do much of a good job at giving me the guidance to level off, which they should do, and it's certainly used to. They're very slow to react. Right, so maintaining 5,000 feet. VNAV, the aircraft now accelerates to 250 knots. And hopefully Langen radar will give us clearance soon. So there's the nose one.
Alpha, turn right direct to Afghan. Alpha, Bravo, Golf, Alpha, November. And climb flight level 140.
Direct to Afghan and climb flight level 140, Alpaca 8 Alpha. Right, it's time to get the autopilot in because I'm trying to do manual flying, directs, and climbs. Right, VNAV, set standard. Passing 5-2.
Hello,
Cool.
Packet 55.
Cool, blimey. 5-2 for flight level 140 after takeoff checklist. So, direct to Afghan, execute. Right, there we go. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't flown the mod for a while. It's just being a little bit aggressive in pitch there as well. So look at the speed. It's you know, it's let it get 10 knots fast a little bit there. I don't know what's quite. Hold on, I forgot to gauge Arna. Not quite sure why it's slow in pitch there, and it's not doing the curved turns anymore. So when I route direct to Afghan, look, we've got the white track. When you execute that, the magenta line should be exactly the same, but it's just a straight line. Interesting. Right, after takeoff checklist coming up. So gear up and off. Auto brake off. VNAV's engaged. Air conditioning and pressurization. 3-point. 127.72 Alpaca 8 Alpha Cadet. Perfect. 127.72. 9 degrees. We'll have a little bit of engine anti-ice on. Busy departure. Radar, guten Abend, Alpaca 8 Alpha, climb flight level 140 direct to Afghan.
Alpaca 8 Alpha, Langenhader, good evening, identified, climb flight level 200.
Climb flight level 200, Alpaca 8 Alpha. So 200 set, 200 checked, and we'll now do the pre-cruise check. So fuel for pumps. We can turn the engine anti-ice off now as well. Lights coming off. APU's off. Pressurization 4.2 set. We'll leave the seatbelt sign on because it is COVID-19 times. Can't leave the cabin without. You have to ask the cabin crew basically to use the toilet. We don't want everyone standing in the cabin. Recall. There we are. Pre-cruise checks complete. That was busy. So on that departure, you could probably see how.
Good evening, Alpaca
Because I was hand flying, how saturated it became. So I'm trying to do the job of pilot monitoring, hand fly the ZIBO mod. The ZIBO mod wasn't exactly behaving correctly with the flight director guidance there. So I'll replay that. If you replay that departure, you'll see how the flight directors, we hit out acquire, and what it should do is slowly lower the flight director bar to ensure that you don't level off at to ensure that you level off at 5,000 feet. It was a little bit slow there. It was a little bit slow, so I followed the flight directors. It blew me past 5,000, about 5,100. Well, actually, I pushed off the flight director. That's Jack's tail, by the way, knocking on the wall. What do you want? Why are you so interested in me? Hello, buddy. Yeah, that was a bit. That obviously was adding to my workload because I was trying to fly the aeroplane first, which is the important thing. And then obviously, when it came to talking of ATC, that fell a little bit behind and stuff. But yeah, key is, automation is a tool to help you, and on a desktop simulator world where when you're on VATSIM, perhaps I should have utilised that autopilot sooner, as I typically do, engage at 1,000 feet, and climb flight level 380 Alpaca 8 Alpha. So that's 380 set, and that's our cruise level. So it's set once, twice, 3 times on the climb page. There we are. So all looking well. Your STKP is not working. What's STKP? I have no clue what that is. Oh, is that the thing up there? Oh yeah, that is not working. Oh, Sim Toolkit Pro, sorry. Oh yeah, what's... Let me just reboot that, guys. Hold on. STKP, look at me thinking, I'm not with the kids yet on that one. Let me just turn it off here, guys. I'm just rebooting the software. Sim Toolkit Pro, there we go. Don't restore. Flight planning. Load latest flight plan. From SimBrief. Fly now. Okay, let me give this a shot, guys.
50, 40.
I think that's now working,
30,
by the looks of it.
20, 10.
Excellent. Phase of flight unknown, but hopefully it'll update shortly. Thank you very much, Mark Jackson, for the £2. Do you use radio or barrow, and how to set when landing? Excellent question, Mark. Thank you again for your continued support. Very kind of you. So typically, let's have a look at an approach chart for you, sir. If we have Stuttgart open here,
30,
what else do we have
20,
here? Mr. Bewley, thank you very much for the £1. Fun fact, the band named the Dubliners were an Irish folk band founded in Dublin in 1962. Mr. Bewley, I can only guess who that is. Thank you very much for such an interesting Irish-based fact. Thank you very much for your support. Right, answering your question, Mr. Jackson. So here we go. Here's all the minimums for a typical ILS approach, and what we do here, we set an altitude, a DA, and this is based off, an altitude is referenced from the height above sea level, essentially. So 200 feet is the height above ground. 1381 is the height above sea level. When we descend or fly on altitude in Europe, we fly against the QNH or hectopascals in the US, inches of mercury, and all height referenced of altitudes based off that. Now, decision heights. Now, Jeppesen, they have separate charts for Cat 3 approaches. My operator, we have a chart which incorporates Cat 1, Cat 2, Cat 3 on one plate. But you'll see here the auto lands or heights based off Cat 2, Cat 3 approaches are based off height, DH, and that's when you'd use your radio minimums. So at my operator, we'd use the radio minimums for Cat 2, Cat 3 approaches. Everything else, Cat 1 ILS, non-precision approach, RNAV approaches, you want to use Barrow minimums, which you'll see on my tutorials. Now, if you have a look at my tutorials playlist, on my approach playlist, you'll see me using, for the Cat 3 approach, the decision height and how to set it, and pretty much every other approach we use the decision altitude. I hope that answers your question there anyway. We'll be using a decision altitude today. Andy Moose, go on, flip the wiper, let's see the sim is realistic. No, you don't want to turn the wiper on when the windscreen's dry because you'll scratch the window, but it would work, and it wouldn't fly off either. You could turn, there's no speed restriction for the wiper, you could turn it on to 300 knots if you wanted, and it would work fine. But we only use it really below 500 feet. Taxi, takeoff, as soon as we put the gear up, turn the wipers off, you don't need them anymore. We're IMC, and then on approach, if it's raining, yeah, probably turn them on around 500 feet as well. Chris Curtin, you tried to send me £100. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just enjoy the show, buddy. Listen, do you use radio for Cat 2 because it's more accurate? It's something to do with accuracy. It's just ground-based. Why would I say is the reason we use decision height? I mean, it's just the Autoland system uses the radio altimeter, but older aircraft had it too. It's no more realistic than, no more accurate, sorry, than Barrow nav-based altitude. Obviously, Barrow nav-based altitudes it has errors such as temperature error, if you've got the wrong QNH set as well. Omad knew the wipers are very loud in real life. Well, yeah, sometimes they can really squeak. Other times, disconnected from VATSIM because your frame rates were low. Really? Connect. I didn't even realise I got disconnected. Let's check in again with this guy because he probably realised we left. Just realised we've got no music on. No music.
So descent level 100 via M4 Whiskey, distance of 511.
Put some music on,
Oh
guys.
yes, we have information, Sierra out of Frankfurt.
There we go, that's better. What clouds are you having, SA Pilot? They're just default clouds, although someone did recommend, one of the members, that there are some kind of volumetric clouds available now. But these are just the default ones. XVLP, Captain, how do you program a step climb cruise altitude? So XVLP, I mean, you've got information available in the cruise page. Obviously, in the climb here, so it's not there, but you can put step. And that's information only, and the FMC will predict a point at which to. Where's the best point to climb 2,000 feet, and then you just simply update it on the MCP, push out into vent, and engage VNAV.
Hello, Captain. Hope all is well.
Thank you.
Just returned from a 2,000-mile road trip with family at neighbouring Italy.
Wonderful.
Yesterday I was catching up with your Zurich Pula flight. That wife summoning her husband through you really cracked me up. CYA.
Was that for me? Stop climb flight level 360 for Alpaca 8 Alpha confirmed. Perfect. 360 set. Thank you very much, Creature2. I hope you're doing very well in Malta, my friend. One of my long-term members there. Yes, wasn't that Steve's? I can't remember. Was it Steve? His wife. Steve's wife was trying to get to make sure his dinner was on the table. It wasn't crack me up that one, did it? It cracked everyone up. Thank you very much, Creature2. I hope you're doing well.
Minimums, approaching minimums.
Thank you very much, Peter Walsh, for your membership, sir. Welcome aboard as a member. Glad you're enjoying the content. You'll get invited to our members-only Discord. Enjoy your custom emojis in chat as well. And thank you very much. In fact, I think we had another member join just at the start of the stream, but I can't remember who it was. It has not come up on my thing. So whoever you are, if you're still watching, thank you very much. Welcome aboard to Steve Mayer, of course. Yes, no, it was you, Steve. That's an absolute classic.
We'll take flight level 380 where it's
Commander Jennerhofen, just testing it. Bank angle 10 degrees.
Bye bye, have a good night.
Awesome stuff. Yes, bank angle, very good. So if you are wondering why on earth it's daytime, we are streaming exactly 12 hours behind live time to ensure that we have daylight for this sector. Right now it is 1950 Zulu, 7:50 Zulu in the evening, but 7:52 obviously. Live weather though, we are live weather.
Alpaca 160 X-ray, pass your message.
Alpaca 160 X-ray, message reach the cockpit.
50, 40,
Alpaca
30.
160 X-ray.
Thank you very much, Tony DeRolo, my Alpaca Airways resident mechanic. Thank you very much. Bring that Alpaca to the Tampa maintenance base. We'll swap out the PFM, pure flipping magic box. That's how everything works under this thing here, Tony. Every time I look in the E&E bay and I look around, I'm thinking, I don't know what half this stuff is. Thank you very much. It's a very different world for engineers. I have a lot of respect for them because I don't have that sort of engineering mind. So when I see things and call them up to fix it, try and explain to me what they're doing, and I'm like, oh, okay, thanks. Oh crikey, Nightbots! Nightbot, you're drunk. There's no quiz today or merch giveaway. That's not a Sunday. I've got to turn that off.
Holiday 1608 report indicated airspeed.
Oh, and I've also got the merch promo. My goodness. I'm not a professional streamer here.
Holiday 1608,
there we go.
250 knots or greater.
B9 Bob, what happens if you climb a jet higher than it's capable of? You'll eventually reach something called Coffin Corner, which is the point at which low speed and high speed buffet occur. So basically, you slow down anymore, you'll stall. If you speed up anymore, you can have separation of the airflow. It's called Mach buffet, which increases your stall speed. And if you G-load the aircraft, if you turn, you can have areas of airflow over the wing go supersonic.
Well, according to your flight plan, it's
why is VNAV not engaging? So VNAV should engage, even though we're not at our final cruise level, but it's not. There's a few bugs in this version of the mod today. The latest public version. I can't engage VNAV. Interesting. Well, you know, outhold. This is correct, but you should be able to outhold the FMA should be illuminated here, but it's not. I can't engage VNAV. A little bit of a bug there, and I'm just at my, you know, not at my final cruise level, but you should still be able to engage VNAV. It's a cursed flight. Yeah, we had a few little issues. Awesome stuff. 560 of you watching, hope you're doing very well. I haven't said it once yet. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up button if you're enjoying the stream on this lovely, relaxing Thursday evening. A couple of things coming up soon on the channel. Concorde will be soon. Concorde is coming up. I was doing a little stream to the members earlier, just testing this sector approach. Mach decimal 80 Wilco, Alpaca 8 Alpha. Let's go, guys! So Concorde's coming up. I streamed it for the first time earlier on Discord to the guys, just for a bit of fun, and it seems quite challenging, but it can't be more difficult, as I was saying to the Felis Tupolev. If we can learn to fly a Russian aeroplane on stream, it was actually developed and tested by real Tupolev Tu-154 pilots, 154 pilots. I think we might get around to getting to learn how to fly Concorde. We'll see. It could be fun. So that's going to be hopefully in the next. I'd like to say in the next 2 weeks. We'll see. Hi Philip, thank you very much for the 5 euros 49. Hi Captain, glad to be back in the jump seat. Fantastic. Mr. Beginning has been changed. What's changed about the ZIBO? Looks like Till and flight directors were worrying you. Thank you very much. Yeah, Philip. I noticed whilst taxiing slowly. If you put full tiller, full,
Megan radar, good evening. FedEx 155 at flight level 330.
if you full right, full left on the tiller, it was sort of very slow to react. So I turned right, undershot the line up there. So I turned left on the tiller to centre it up, and then when I went to turn right, it continued to turn left, even though I had full right on the tiller there.
Alpaca 2871, report next waypoint.
I've always noticed that there's been a few issues when taxiing sometimes at slow speeds, but it seems to be exasperated. I don't know what's changed there. And also on departure, the flight director is a little bit slow to react to the 5,000 foot level off. So I had to kind of aggressively push nose down there to level off at 5,000 feet. But it's the latest public version. 343.15. Yeah, I'll have a chat with ZIBO. Let them know. Thanks a lot anyway, buddy, for the continued support. Captain Jack, does that mean your damper's not is too strong? Nothing to do with your damper. Nothing to do with your damper. It's just the tiller you sit. Well, it won't work in flight, but the yaw function on my joystick I have assigned to the tiller, which is the nose wheel steering. The rudder is able to provide some limited nose wheel steering. I think it's about 11 degrees, whereas the tiller's about 60-70 odd. So you can't taxi with just rudder. But yeah, the tiller seems to be a little bit sensitive there.
50, 40, 30, 20.
Thank you very much, Tommy, for the $5. Thanks for giving us your time. Glad to finally catch a live stream. Thank you very much, Tommy. Welcome on board. And I like to see there's loads of new guys around because of all the videos of Microsoft Flight Simulator. So it's great to see some new faces here. So thank you very much, Tommy. And glad you're enjoying the video. And I do my best to try and explain what I'm doing. Climb flight level 380, Alpaca 8 Alpha, and I guess you'd like us to maintain decimal 80.
Alpaca 8 Alpha, confirm you want to maintain flight level 360?
Negative. Climb flight level 380. Just confirm the speed restriction is still decimal 80.
Alpaca 8 Alpha, that's correct. Due to preceding traffic, company Boeing 737-800 with Mach decimal 80. He's 8 miles ahead.
Roger, maintaining speed, Alpaca 8 Alpha, climb flight level 380. Awesome, so decimal 80, we've got flight level 380, and it's now engaging VNAV, so again, a little bug there when I had an initial cruise level. My goodness, I'm missing everyone here, left, right and centre. Thanks a lot for your generosity. Firstly, I missed you out there, Gerodel, thanks for the 200 Norwegian kroner. Greetings, fellow passengers. For the remaining time of the flight, drinks are on me. Gerodel, everyone's celebrating in the back. Thank you very much, buddy. Glad you're enjoying the video too. And we also got a donation from Universe. Thank you very much to you, sir. £2.25 Flight Sim 2020. What is the difference between DH and RA referring to radio minimums? Why is it depicted different if it's the same thing? Hi, Cap. Thank you very much, Universe. We were only just answering that question to a guy about 5 minutes ago. What's the difference between DH and DA? Is this something that's obviously come up in Microsoft Flight Simulator then? So yeah, does DH and RA, the same thing, your radio altimeter, you set your decision height, and that is based off a height above the ground, which you read off a radio altimeter. So there's no real difference between the two, really, but I hope that's my kind of best explanation. Thank you very much to Berlin Flights, boss, a cloth face mask. He says, back in the herd after an unplanned what? Berlin Flight, thank you very much. You're going to be the talk of the town with that, Master. Thank you very much for your continued support and generosity. Very kind. There we go. It's not between DA and RA. Well, are you talking about Unicom 122 decimal 8 Alpaca 8 Alpha? Choose. You're getting muddled up there between DA and RA, Universe. Decision altitude and decision height. RA is just a radio altimeter, which is obviously it simply reads the height above the ground on the aircraft. That's all it does. Right, wandering Unicom anyway. No ATC for the short term. Overhead, Lersoon now routing direct to Batty. And then Bub is Brussels, shortly overflying Belgium. Peter Walsh, is it historical or traditional for captains to sit on the left-hand seat in the cockpit in an aircraft? Yeah. Helicopters, obviously, the captain sits on the right-hand seat. Again, is a helicopter pilot here. Might explain why, but yeah, maybe it originates from shipping. Not sure. Adam Quinn, where are we flying over? I can tell you exactly where we are, but we're probably just over Germany still, and approaching Belgium. There we are, just about to cross the German-Belgian border. And Luxembourg just to the south. ETA, based on no delays, is going to be 9:25 Zulu. So 21:25 Zulu. Remember, we are running the sim 12 hours behind live time. So that's going to be 10:25 UK time in the evening, 11:25 for most of mainland Europe. An anonymous individual has bought the Czech close hold mug. Thank you very much, Anonymous. I hope when you're drinking your tea and about to land a 737, you look at that mug and go, oh, that's what I need to do. Thank you very much, whoever you are, for your generosity. Fantastic. So a little bit of high altitude cloud here. You don't need engine anti-ice up here. Look, the TATS minus 29, actually based off the static air temperature. Minus 56, so yeah, very, very cold here. Doug T, you were the mug buyer. Ah, oh, Doug, is that from the giveaway, Doug? Amazing, thank you. Right side is the rudder on boat, so it can only land left side on the pier, so captain sits left, passengers aboard right, left. I guess that's probably where it also originates from, this not rigged giveaway, I know. If you're in turbulent air, unable to maintain decimal 80, yeah, exactly. So best speed really in turbulent air is decimal 76 in the cruise. This is probably a bit too fast for turbulent air. Still below MMO, so it's fine. A little bit quick. Generally, weather and desktop simulators are quite smooth. It always can be as smooth as this sometimes, but you should get a little bit of trickle of light turbulence. Giroda, we can't wait to visit Dublin again when the world gets normal. I know. It's heading in the UK at least. I'm guessing elsewhere it's looking. It's not. I'm not a pessimistic individual, but it's not looking good, is it, for the short to long, medium term here. I mentioned it last stream. I'm personally.
50, 40, 30.
I'm personally going part time this winter. Half out of choice, half out of I wouldn't have had much choice, I don't think, anyway, but I don't usually discuss much options. I'm just very, very grateful to have a job in aviation right now, if I'm perfectly honest. We've discussed it before, and I'm sure most of you here in chat are very grateful to hopefully have still kept your jobs, and obviously some of you might have been so unlucky to have lost your job too. But, yeah, awful times ahead, but fingers crossed with something happens, be it a cure for this awful thing, or we learn to live with it. Thank you very much, Jonas. Jonas, let's play for €2. Thanks for your great video and streams, Caps. You're most welcome, Jonas. Thank you very much for your donation support there. I hope you're doing very well wherever you are in the world, so thank you. Andy Moose, if the screen is really icy, will the wipers respond in real world fashion? Now, you'd have to have some serious amount of icing, Andy Moose, for the wipers to be kind of stuck on there. Now, light icing, you typically start to get ice build up here on this bolt, which is really useful actually. If you have ice forming here on the bolt, it's very likely you're going to have ice forming on the leading edge of the wing. Now, the ZIBO mods cockpit is brilliant. I mean, you can just about see, out of this window, you can actually in the real life probably see a tiny bit more wing, and the outer leading edge part of the wing isn't heated. So you can see here where this line is. These aren't heated, but the inner ones are heated with wing anti-ice. So when you turn the wing anti-ice on, you can actually see the ice melt here, and then it stays on this part of the wing and on the wingtip, on the winglet. But yeah, and usually the sign of that is a little bit of ice building up on the bolt there, which isn't really accurately simulated desktop simulators. Now, Microsoft Flight Simulator has some very pretty icing effects, but they're very exaggerated. I mean, light icing, you get a little bit here, and as soon as you get any sort of icing, Microsoft Flight Simulator is like the whole windscreen's filling up. It's kind of moderate to severe, but great fun. It does look fantastic, at least. Finn Hunt, where have you been flying recently? I don't discuss it everywhere I've been, but mostly the typical destinations in Europe. Canary Islands, all the Spanish destinations. The loads for the Spanish flights are very quiet from the UK. I've been doing a lot of flights to Greece. They've been a little bit busier. So to Crete, Corfu, I went to in the last month or so. I went to Northern Italy last week. I do put the odd bit on social media, but I've been quite busy, very fortunately. But the winter's going to be very, very quiet indeed. Very quiet. Thank you very much, Neil Griffiths, for the $5. Very kind of you, sir. Thank you for another stream. You are helping to keep us all sane during these torrid times. Best of luck with everything. Thank you very much, Neil. Hope you're doing very well this evening, sir, as well. And yeah, we've got to see what happens. I was having a listen to old Bojo yesterday, seeing what he had to say. Nothing that we didn't know already, but we'll see. We'll see. Thanks a lot, buddy. Icefire put me on the pressure. Cabin altitude warning memory items. Oh my god, Icefire. Right, so if I was to get the captain or FO? I guess captain. Right, if I was to get a cabin altitude warning right now, Icefire, immediately don oxygen mask, set the regulators to 100%. It's not modelled here, but we have a little switch which says mask and boom. We put that to mask, establish crew communications. The first officer then do his actions, basically pressurization mode selected to manual, close the outflow valve, try to keep the aircraft pressurized. If it was uncontrollable, we'd then immediately initiate an emergency descent. My operator, I'd select PA, announce emergency descent 3 times, set a lower altitude on the MCP, select level change, push heading select, turn the aircraft left or right by 45 degrees, close the speed brake, close the thrust levers, don't disconnect the throttle, extend the speed brake, and then tidy up the MCP. So I'd set flight level 100 if terrain wasn't a factor, set VMO MMO if there was no damage expected, respond to 2,000 feet to go, 1,000 feet to go, with the FO level off at 100. There we go. The FO would do some other bits too, which I do know. Thank you very much. Oh, too much pressure, guys. Thanks a lot, Icefire, for the continued support. I actually have a tutorial on that. Daniel Charles, you missed something. Pinhead, don't worry, that's fine. Thank you for answering the question the best you can. That's fine, thank you very much. As I mentioned before, you know, many times here, and I know a lot of people watch my streams, you know, it's a complete personal choice over me not disclosing who I work for. My operator, I recently updated them on the channel and stuff with what's going on, and we just have a standard sort of rule, really, which is, you know, don't let the streams affect what we call the FTLs, flight time limitation. So basically, I'm not going to do a stream before a duty sort of thing. Yeah, if I did one on standby, but it's reasonably relaxing for me. Just set common sense stuff on social media, and I have to disclose certain aspects of things with, obviously, with HMRC and stuff. But that's it. They're very open, and thankfully my operator will allow us to do these sort of things, and I'm very grateful. And then my partner, you know, Mariana, she's happy to say who she is and stuff. You can hear her hooing in the background. She does that. But yeah, I respect it, and 99.9% of you are so respectful of that, and I really appreciate that. But yeah, it's a long commute to Japan each week. What'd I say? Burak, are you still driving? Burak, can you concentrate on the road, please, and not my on my lovely voice. Chris Kent, how come altitude 37586 now? I think you're just referring to the altitude up here. That's just, I think that's just basic information from the, I don't know what height that's referencing for Sim Toolkit Pro. But it just gives you a rough idea of where we are. Right, let's have a look. Just trying to see what ATC we have up said. Let me start again. I'm just trying to see what ATC we have up ahead. Currently no ATC, but looks like London's online, and also looking very busy in Dublin still. I know there's some of you can find out how many arrivals we have into Dublin. That would be quite interesting on VATSIM. And our X8, what's the best aircraft you've tried out in Flight Sim 2020 so far, Cap? Now, I haven't flown GA light aircraft for upwards of 9-10 years, albeit in a little flight with Microsoft last year, where they invited me to the pre-alpha day, you know, in Seattle. That was the last time I flew an actual aircraft, but the light aircraft, from what I remember, feel great and handle. They're really utilising new technology in regards to the weather and dynamics there. The jets, we've mentioned many times, or even once during this stream, the default aircraft for people just having fun in the sim, they're fine, but for what we're after on this channel, flying those sort of aircraft, not the sort of thing we'll be flying. You know, when the sim was released, I did some fun streams to showcase the sim and the jets and stuff, and I might, you know, if they do some more landing challenges or something like that, we'll obviously do an impromptu stream and have some fun. But in time, there'll be some great commercial aircraft for sure. But yeah, I think I was saying, I don't know if I finished. Concorde's coming, guys. We're going to stream the Colin Martin Concorde. I'm hoping within the next 2 weeks. The Innie builds Airbus A300. The Fly JSim 727 I really want to take out again soon. There's a VATSIM event on next weekend, a cargo event. I think that'll be a great one for the 7.2, so I might do some practice in that. Do some old school flying. I've had loads of requests recently for some old school stuff, so no FMC, so just basic radio navigation, using the instruments and INS, so that's quite good. But yeah, got some good stuff coming on the channel, guys. We'll do the odd bit on Microsoft Flight Simulator. I've got a lot of time cut off coming up, so I might do some of those bush flights on Microsoft Flight Simulator, break them up into a couple of streams, or maybe 3 streams. Finn, you off to bed, mate. Good night. Thanks very much for coming in, as ever. Command barrel alt is wrong when you're in the cruise. Yeah, I'm guessing what's up here. Yeah, this is probably still based off barrel altitude. Obviously, we have standard set because everyone's using that as a reference there. Oh my goodness, what a noob error. Brando Magnani, you have some fuel in the center tank. Uh-oh, noob. So, because it wasn't really a full stream, I kind of didn't set up there. We had 8.1 tons of fuel. So that's just a smidge of 300 kilos of fuel in the center tank. Now, the reason I had my center tank pumps off for departure is you don't want to be barreling down the runway at 60 knots. You get master caution, low pressure, center tank fuel pumps, because we'll have to reject a takeoff below 80 knots if we get a master caution. We do an RTO. So when we have generally less than a ton in the center tank, we leave the center tank pumps off, but then we're meant to turn them back on at 10,000 feet, which I forgot to do. So yeah, very good. You win the top prize tonight. Kurosh, could you demonstrate what you'd do if you were in severe turbulence, control wheel steering, for example? Yeah, well, severe turbulence I don't think I've ever really experienced. I mean, severe turbulence is aircraft's partially uncontrollable in stages. We can utilise control wheel steering, so we essentially engage CWS, ride out turbulence, because the altitude is going to be jumping up and down, the speed's going to be up and down by 20-30 knots or so. We don't use out hold. And then we just set an airspeed around decimal 7.6 or so. At my operator, we leave the auto throttle N1 setting in max continuous, so we have all the thrust available. Well, the auto throttle will manage that too, but you can disconnect the auto throttle, just set your target thrust setting, which you'd find here. Turbo 195, that's a bit high. I don't think that's that realistic. And there, just don't try and chase the airspeed, you know, just ride it out there. But no fun at all, no fun at all. Thank you very much to 9 Lives for the $10. Very kind of you, sir. Hi, Flight Sim. What's your favourite time to fly in real life? So glad to finally catch a stream. Good morning from Melbourne. Thank you very much, 9 Lives. Yeah, streaming a little bit later than usual, which means my friends the other side in Oceania can't always see live. But I hope you're doing well. Enjoy your breakfast and your morning. Yeah, my favourite time is daytime. You know, night time's fine, but I like early starts, so not necessarily early starts. We get up at 3:30 in the morning, but when you get up at 5-6 in the morning, early departure, during the day you can see all the nasties most of the time, the thunderstorms and stuff like that. also certain parts you fly when it's pitch black, you can't see outside. It's well, it's fine. You just crack on with it, but I prefer the day. And also from a personal perspective, you do an early shift and land, you've got the rest of the day off to relax. When you're on a night shift or a late start, starting at 6 p.m, you're much tireder, I find. Thanks, buddy.
Spent a few weeks away from social in general, been a hard few weeks at work, watch out from. Monday someone decided to let me loose on trains, lol. Off to bed soon, but thought I'd pop in and watch some FD2S before.
Thank you very much, Kieran Harvey. I thought you'd been a bit quiet on Discord recently, and thank you very much for your continued support. It's very generous of you, sir. Now, Kieran, that's correct, because I have so many people to try and remember personally. Are you learning to drive trains, or is that someone else, or am I getting something completely muddled up? If you, whatever you're doing, I'm sure the hard work you're doing is working towards something very important. So thank you very much, Kieran, for the donation, and I hope you're doing very well. And catch up soon. Thank you very much, buddy. Nine Lives, thank you so much for any time. Don't, just pop the questions in chat. I try, as you see, try and answer many of the normal questions coming in here. The generosity is very, very kind, and a lot of the money I'm saving actually for next year, because I was talking to one of the members. I might get a new PC. I don't know. I mean, this one's running okay, but I don't know. I feel like it could be for an upgrade to last me, well into the future here. Oh, guys, really? Oh, my goodness me. Firstly, Dick Creature 2 again for the pound. Thank you very much. Since you are slowly delving into the Collimata Concorde, may I suggest that you take a stroll down the aisle? You need to visit the loo. Be advised that the flushing works. Amusing but true. Thank you very much, Creature 2. That'll be the highlight of the stream. My goodness. Thanks again, Steve, for the 5. Hi, boss. Does anyone know where I can get an industrial elastic band from? My rudder temporarily fixed just failed. Oh no, Steve. I hope that wasn't decrabbing on Takeoff. So Steve Mayer, one of our members and one of my moderators, one of my longest members as well. His rudder pedals broke, and he was using elastic band to temporarily fix it. I don't know if that was during a group flight, was it, or something. I think it was just a random time. But most amusingly, last stream, he was using our live chat feature. His wife was using the live chat feature to communicate with Steve to tell him his dinner was ready. Still one of the best highlights of any stream there. Thank you very much, buddy. Yes, that's right, Kieran. Thank you. Before I remember, I try my best to try and remember who's who on Discord. There's so many of you guys now. Adam M, hi. Do you think it's best to start with the ZIBO mod, or should I start with smaller jet to get more experience? And explain. Good question, Adam. Now, I don't know what experience you have. Perhaps, try some of the light aircraft first. There's some basic tutorials included with X-Plane 11. Now, if you're wanting to fly something like the ZIBO mod, which is, in essence, an identical version of the real 737, it's quite an intensive aircraft to jump in for the first time, but there's lots of good guidance and tutorials. Now, my tutorials are really not best suited for someone who's perhaps new to the ZIBO mod or new to streaming. They're for guys who are a little bit more experienced, perhaps with the PMD, GNGX, or whatever aircraft, and they're just wanting to perhaps fly it exactly as we would in real life. So that's the kind of appeal, I guess, the USP of my channel. But I'm sure you'll get started there and have some fun with it. Enjoy simming. That's the beauty of it. You can do whatever you want for the comfort of your home. Thanks a lot, AJ90 for the €2. Did you fly the MAX? Any difference you can note? Thank you very much, AI90. Now, our operator does have the MAX on order. We did start getting some, but once it was grounded, I didn't actually get a chance to fly either in the sim or the real aircraft and stuff. It looks like it's coming out soon, and I have full confidence in the aviation authorities, be it EASA, FAA, ensuring that when this is coming out to be flown, it will be safer than any other aircraft being flown. It's the most thoroughly tested aircraft now. Obviously, Boeing screwed up, and they're paying a heavy price for it. And I'm personally confident, as I will be flying this aircraft, that once I get my hands on it, it'll be one of the safest aircraft in the world. But we'll see. Thanks a lot for that, buddy. Jacka, have you ever tried Pilot Edge? If so, what's your opinion? Oh my goodness me, the amount of stuff that's been requested. One of them is Pilot Edge a lot. Even the guys at Pilot Edge got in contact with me and said, would you try out the network and stuff, and we'll give you an account and stuff. I just never get round to anything because I'm so busy. Oh no, here comes trouble. Lizzie Windsor's in the house.
I hear Alpaca Airways will be recommissioning a Concorde soon. I hope one will be allowed a VIP seat. Forget not that your competitor is recommissioning the right flyer for luxury transatlantic routes.
Thank you very much, Queen Elizabeth. The second is just donated £5. Oh my dear. Oh my goodness. I hear Alpaca Airways is recommissioning Concorde. I hope I'll be allowed to fly VIP. Forget that Llama International Airlines will be recommissioning the right flyer from transatlantic luxurious routes. Absolutely sensational. Thank you very much, Queen Elizabeth II, for your continued support. I hope you and Philip are doing very well, and your health is well, and I hope you're isolating and staying safe. Thank you very much. Right, master caution, fuel, center bumps off. Amazing. I hope you're doing well as well. Lizzie Windsor, I'll chat to you on Discord soon, because I remember a while back you sent me some photos of a thing you were working on. Was that for Microsoft Flight Simulator? I don't know. Let me know. I'll get in contact with you. List them in the hashtag proper banging. So guys, Lizzie Windsor, I'm actually communicating with personally, is actually the person behind. If you go to right at the start of the stream, you would have seen the Alpaca Airways advert. He actually made the audio for that. Secondly, I'll put the command in chat now. He is also the creator of the Llama International Airlines advert. He actually worked with Llama International Airlines in creating this safety course, or a flight career induction course for all Llama International Airlines. This is our main competitor, Alpaca Airways. He made that video for them, and he very kindly sent a copy to us for us to distribute. So yes, very interesting. Right. He, the Queen, yeah, sorry, Mr. She. Andy Moose, if you want to have a cup of tea, where do you put it? Fantastic question. Just here. That's the main place. Not modelled on the ZIBO mod, but also there's a cup holder just here and just here. I promise. Right, one thing, guys. What I'll do, I'll put a post on Instagram next week of where the cup holders are. How does that sound? 2 places, ideally. We are not allowed open top mug, so you know, a can of Coke's okay, but I can't have, say, a mug of tea without a lid. I need to have a lid, because you don't want to be the chap that spills your tea on the pedestal and causes it to short wire. That has happened before, and has happened before. Micria97, anyone tell him to give us the prefs file? I did see that earlier, Micria97. I don't have that on command with Nightbot, but I don't have a link. I don't have a link for it, I'm afraid. But I will add that to Nightbot for sure. Right, I've got a ping from London Centre here.
50,
they want me to
30,
contact them on 12782.
10.
12782. South London's there. Thank you very much too. AJ90 again for 2 years. Do you plan to invite Air Pilot into the Flight Data Sim team? I think that's what you're trying to say, AJ90. I think that's what you're trying to say.
United 181 sir, descent flight level 8, sir.
Busy
Down to flight level 8080, United 1810.
Oh my goodness, hold on. I'm just going to turn off box 2, because I'm just going to put 1215 here. Otherwise, we're going to have 2 frequencies going off in our ears. And we're just checking with London. London Centre, good evening. Alpaca 8 Alpha, maintaining flight level 380 to Dibley, Mach decimal 80.
Stand by, Alpaca 160, so I see you descending into that other plane. Confirm you climbing flight level 400, please. I've got collision on there.
Yeah, we're climbing for
Adam, what's happened?
Alpaca, roger.
50, 40,
Sorry, 112, turn left heading
Perfect.
06, degrees, descent around 6.
Oh no, who's this? Sir Bewley. Oh no. Coming in with another Irish Dublin fact. Halfway fact, the city of Dublin covers a land area of 44.5 square miles. Thanks, William. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. Abdul Jabbar, how do you eat on a 737? Do you get like a special tray? So it's no Airbus. We do obviously love Airbus on this channel, but typically one of the things that you see this little metal tray here. What's located there in the real aircraft is the tech log. It's a big book, and it's where every sector the captain has to say, you know, how much fuel's uplifted. You have to sign to say that you've done the walk around. We have the right amount of oils, fluids in the aircraft, and we're all legal. And it actually makes it quite a good tray. We pop that on our lap, or just eat on your lap. It's not glamorous, you know, but you know, have a lunchbox, eat off that. It's fine. Walking Dog, what's the worst game you've ever played? Oh, a fantastic question. What was that game on Steam I played? I literally played it for about 10 minutes. I absolutely hated it. I'm just opening up Steam here. Rust. I played Rust. How long did I play Rust for? Last played in 2016. 10 minutes. That was rubbish. What else did I download? No, I loved that game. Banished. Anyone play Banished on Steam? 36 hours played. That was such a great game. You just had to like basically build your own little village using basic resources. Total War Rome 2. 181 hours played. I loved that. Civilization. Yeah, Rust is probably the worst game I ever played. Oliver Croftwell's, we use the tech log as the tray? Absolutely. Adam, am I right in saying the captain and first officer have to have different meals, as I would have to hate my favourite meal be the choice of the captain? Yeah, we do have different meals, but typically, you know, where I work, you know, if I was to eat the onboard food all day, I get pretty fat, so I actually take a packed lunch like anyone else would. Mikaria 97, what is your field of view? 105, 105. Uppercut Live, hello, first officer on the A320 here, just wondered how the fire protection system differs on the 737. What a technical question. I mean, I don't know how it works on the Airbus, but I think it's a very similar system. We have basically wires called loops, which detects either a overheat or a fire situation. Overheat first, then a fire warning, and then we discharge bottle in if there's a fire on there, but I think it's essentially the same system. Oh, AJ90, sorry. God, you don't... thank you very much, 5 years. I meant, do you plan to invite some in team to expand the flight to simply, to be honest, I do not understand. Are you alone or are there several pilots making videos? I think I'm getting you there, AG90. So me, I'm a one-man team, and I'm very fortunate that I actually have a couple of members who really help answer questions on Discord. A good friend of mine, Pilot Mike 787, who gives me a lot of his spare time, and also I also have 737 Cookie. These guys are line pilots, or Cookie's just waiting for his job, but Pilot Mike 787 FO. But I don't have any plans to have other people. You know, it's kind of my channel, my sort of work and stuff. I might do some other streams with, come the winter, I might do some streams with some other streamers. You know, I'm never going to go, oh, my name is X, Y, and Z, and you know, it's not. That's me. I'm quite personal. My private life is quite different. I would rather not everyone knows what I'm doing, but I might do some streams with some other guys. I've had loads of people approach me saying, "Love to do a stream with you" and stuff, and I've always just said, I'd love to, but at the moment I'm just kind of like gunning hope. But we'll see in the future. With where the world's going as well, I think we're going to be working more and more from home, especially in the short, medium term. So that's it. Thanks, AJ90, and thank you very much to Not Me for the £2. Hey Captain, I'm curious if you'd face the consequences if you disengaged autopilot during your cruise for like a few seconds and re-engage it. No, not at all, not me. I mean, nothing really happens, look. Autopilot disengages, it's all in trim, it's not going to do anything there. Now, that's a bug. It shouldn't be reducing the thrust there, it should have just stayed in VNAV with the speed window open. So, again, look, we even discovered bugs doing that. Yeah, I'm not going to do it because I might get a phone call saying, why would you do that? The cruise, my operator, we don't hand fly above 25,000 feet, so no real consequence flying it. But with fare-paying passengers, there's no reason to be hand flying up here in a commercial environment. But, thanks a lot for your curious question. Are we still online? It's gone very quiet on VATSIM.
3870, first climb Unicom 122.18, bye-bye.
Speaking of them.
122.8, thanks again, bye-bye. Speed at 800.
Bye-bye, United 1810, flight heading
So that
295.
volume is
6,000
very
feet,
loud, and I've got it set
Birmingham,
to
99, that's Pascal.
1.
Heading 205, 6,000 feet in
There we go.
99.
So, how are we progressing with this flight anyway? 191 miles till top of descent, so about half an hour to go. We'll start planning for descent very soon.
Left to 160, whatever it is.
230 degrees, when established local.
Adam, I'm out. Good night. Take care, buddy.
Right to 230, when established, descend with the glide path.
Shamrock 112, turn left 290 degrees, when established, correction cleared, ILS, runway 26 left.
Turn left heading 290 degrees, cleared.
Micree 97. Micree 97, I'll do you a huge favour, okay? Mercia 97, or however your name's pronounced. I know you want the 737 press file. Drop me a message on Facebook.
50.
Drop me a message on Facebook and I'll send you the press file after the stream. On my Facebook page, Flight Data Sim. Or if that doesn't work, if I can't upload a file, I'll copy and paste the press. Thanks a lot, Mark Jackson, £2. Do you use vertical speed more than level change? Excellent question, Mark. So, the way I've always taught anyone, be it on a type rating on the 737 or if you're perhaps wanting to learn how to fly this aircraft realistic, your MCP you use as a toolbox. You select whatever mode you need to get the job done. So in vertical speed, most likely you're referring to descent. So in descent, you got essentially three modes. You got VNAV, level change, vertical speed. Now VNAV, most commonly used mode, is going to be following the pre-programmed descent path coded in the FMC. Great. Level change, we select this mode to descend as quickly as possible. And what the aircraft does in level change, it pitches for speed. So if you push level change, you set your speed here, and the aircraft will simply pitch to maintain that speed with idle thrust, or you can actually add thrust manually, but the aircraft will still pitch to maintain that speed. Vertical speed is simply the aircraft will maintain the vertical speed dialed in. Vertical speed is quite useful when you're trying to maintain a continuous descent, or perhaps if you're a little bit low on profile, so tidying up. So the way to really break it down, and I mean very simply, VNAV you want to stay on profile, level change you're high on profile, vertical speed you're low on profile. I mean, that's just one way on my perspective and the way I kind of taught people on the type rating how to basically start using those modes. But you'll see me on streams manipulating descent different modes, and I'll try and explain what I do when I do it as well. So yeah, that's the best way of explaining. Merky 97, now I'm happy. Don't worry, I always generally have a quick browse on social media after a stream. Gareth Roberts, flight night, pizza night, 2 in 1. Amazing, Gareth. Stick your feet up, buddy. Enjoy the show. Oliver Crockfields, you've got it. VS to finesse. My favourite quote when I was instructing in the sim. Paolo the Swedish, A320 is better. See, we have Mariana in the background there. Kick my cat, where are we flying over? What are we doing here? Looks like we're just over northern France here. Probably going to embarrass myself. Yeah, I have embarrassed myself. Look, haven't even been looking. Just east of London. Definitely a good use of emoji for me there. Which one am I going to choose for that one? Yeah, that one. I didn't even look at the ND to be fair, but the FIR boundary for London we crossed a while back. But the reason I didn't know, if I actually had that selected, I would have quickly said yes, we're just east of London. But I didn't have the airport selected on my ND. That's my excuse. I don't think anyone noticed. Pilot switch, just joking of course. Hey, we've streamed Airbus before. We love it really.
Stuart 633, turn left heading 300 degrees, descent 4,000 feet. When established, localizer 27 right, descent glide path.
So that sounds like this London controller's not only operating the upper sectors, he's radar vectoring people into various airports.
Golf Juliet, Papa, would like to leave frequency to get the ATIS, please?
Golf Juliet, Papa, yeah, you can use COM2 or
That's a controversial comment there. Nokia 97, real pilots fly Boeing, fake Airbus. Not at all. No, I respect the Airbus and the guys that fly it. It's a wizardry. Lots of magic boxes. Kick my cat. Are we flying over the Brecon VOR, my local VR? What's the frequency, Kick my cat? We'll find out. Jonathan Blood, what's your favourite airline call sign? Japan Airways. Oh, did I say that? It's Alpaca, of course.
$50, $40, $30, $20.
Thank you very much. 2 at once here. Boz. I think it was firstly Boz. Thanks for the $5.
Fun fact, William Bewley likes to play hide and seek with his ID and rail pass.
What?
50, 40,
Boz, thanks for the $5. Will Beauty likes to play hide and seek with his ID and rail pass. Interesting. Oh my dear.
Get stream, glad to catch you live again finally.
Oh, Dyson Mark, thank you very much. Very generous again, Dyson Mark. I remember you coming in the past with some crazy bombs there, but very kind of you, sir. £15. Great stream, glad to catch you live again finally. Thank you very much, Dyson Mark. I hope you're having a great evening, buddy, and got your feet up as well.
50, 40,
My goodness, guys. Oh.
20.
Thank you very much, AJ90 for the 2 euros. Our VATSIM flights always start with pre-conf CDU. Oh, buddy, you've got me again. VATSIM flights always started with pre-configured CDU. Now, VATSIM flights, just basically, AJ90, I might be completely misguessing the question here, but you know, VATSIM is just basically using the online network. You still have to set up the aircraft regardless if you're on VATSIM or not. I think that's what you're referring to now. On VATSIM you can give them as much information as possible. I do everything through SimBrief, so simbrief.com. I generate my flight plan. You can then pre-file your flight plan with VATSIM on SimBrief, and then it pre-files or inputs all the information required, and then you still have to load into your simulator, set it all up. Today on this stream I set it all up prior to the stream, but generally most of the time I do a setup from cold and dark, but I just wanted to save a little bit of time this evening. But I think that's what you're asking, buddy. Drop it in chat. Drop it in chat. Mark Dyson, you've been watching from Takeoff. Fantastic. Kit My Cat 11745 is the frequency for the Brecon VOR. Let's stick it in.
Spirit 10 Papa Whiskey, resuming navigation threats. IFLAR cleared on Yankee runway 27, right?
Sorry, 11745. 11745.
Golf Juliet Papa, report field in sight. You cleared to enter the Gallic control zone from the south 1,500.
Might be going right over your house, Kit My Cat.
Clear to enter the zone, not above 1,500, Golf Juliet Papa.
Golf Juliet Papa, thank you. Contact Gallic Tower now.
There you go. No comment on this waypoint. Right, I love my US friends when I go flying, but you can always tell when a US operator's on frequency on London because you can always hear them say, or American 5-4 director dick ass. 5. There's a very well-known waypoint. If there's any European operators here who operate in London, quite a bit, you'll know exactly what I'm referring to. You always get a chuckle. I can see all my US members listening to the next one. Someone else going, oh dear. I think Anthony's still here as well. I'm sorry if I put you off there. There's quite a few waypoints like that. That clip goes into the archives. AJ90, I got it. You started the stream when everything was set up. You got it, AJ90. That's it. Hey, buddy, you remember? You know, just pop those questions in Discord if you're there. And if there's any members watching who are not in the Discord, you know, please get in contact with me. You know, I don't want you to feel like you're missing out on your membership. Custom emojis are great, but the Discord is where it's all at, and that's where you're getting your membership back there. So if you're a member here and you're not in Discord, type in Google on your desktop PC, YouTube Discord synchronization. Follow those steps and get yourselves in here. So AJ90, you know, drop me a DM and you know, don't have to ping me every time. With donations. Thank you very much, Father Factimus Bewley. Getting better here. Near top of descent fact, Dublin has the youngest population in all of Europe. Approximately 50% of the population is less than 25 years of age. Also, boss smells. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Thank you for the hint. You're most welcome, AJ90. Boz and Will having a little good chit chat. I don't know, it's crazy. Right, 190 miles to go. I think it's a good time to start thinking about setting up for the approach. How busy is it in Dublin? Yeah, it doesn't look too busy, to be fair. I mean, I think obviously we're arriving past the peak of the event and stuff. Always busy in the UK and London on VATSIM. It's great to see. A little bit out of range at the moment for the ATIS in Dublin. Oh no, it's not. 124525.
777 whiskey, descending from level 180 direct Safety.
777 whiskey, London Control. Hello, Desi 1 Alpha arrival, descent flight level 220.
Desi 1 Alpha arrival.
Can you hear the ATIS there, guys? So I did a live stream not that long ago, and the mic selector was working on VATSIM to control the volume, but it doesn't seem to be working at all now. You can just about hear the ATIS coming through, but it's not very loud. Just going to get the ATIS on voice here. On text, sorry. So the information Dublin is information Kilo at 20300, so it's 12 minutes old. Expect ILS 28. Transition level 65320 at 12, so a little bit of tailwind, 10k, few CB clouds, broken at 6,000 feet. Oh, it's chilly! 7 degrees in Dublin this evening, very chilly. QNH 999. Winter's on its way, guys. 126075, Alpaca 8 Alpha, good 8. And a good evening, Alpaca 8 Alpha, maintaining flight level 380 to Kilfer.
Alpaca 80 London Control, roger.
Actually, that was Alpaca 8 Alpha.
Alpaca 8 Alpha, roger.
Cute. Just it might have been another 80 on frequency. Yeah, nippy. Winter's definitely on the way, guys. So, information Kilo. Just make a quick note of this for when we get to approach, and we'll preset the QNH, which is 999 hectopascals. Awesome stuff. 550 watching. Thank you so much, guys. If you are enjoying the video, I always say this: the YouTube algorithm has advised me that if you enjoy the video, smash the thumbs button, subscribe as well. It gets the video out to a few more people. So I've been advised by many people. So if you're enjoying it, thumbs up. Thank you. Right, let's get some descent winds in here. We'll start setting up for this approach. Here we go. So 310, 335, 35, 200, 355 at 22, 100, 008 at 25. Execute QNH as we know, it's 999. Fix rings, runway 28. 10, 4,
50, 40,
and 3 times our
20,
height.
10.
Dyson Mark.
Can you do a go around and make it busy, lol?
Oh my goodness, Dyson Mark, thanks for £15. Can you do a go around and make it busy? I know what chat's gonna want. What I'll do, Dyson Mark, let me know in chat. On a Sunday, we usually do our Butter Go Around Challenge. Would you like, on this super special Thursday, the same? That's to say, as Oliver Crockfield has said, butter or go around. So if I don't manage a butter, as quoted by the landing calculator, I'll immediately commence a missed approach, or what we call a rejected landing at that point, because I've already touched down. I'll meet you halfway. I'll meet you halfway. But or go around it is. God damn it. Sunday fun day. We'll call it Thursday fun day. Oh, boga. Jordan Todd, I think that's a new word. What a fantastic idea for an emoji. Boga. Guys, would we like to have a new emoji? The boga. Yes, better will go around okay by me. Thanks, Mark. I've had a really good butter streak. Did you see the last ZIBO stream? A -50 and a -20. Superb. Well, he's going to Dublin, so I'm going to take an educated guess, and that's the next sector. Right, let's get some charts. We would like an Ablin 1 X-ray. And the approach, it is ILS28. And what was that for me? No. So, here's the arrival. Coming in from Ablin 1 X-ray. We'll look outside in a bit, guys. We haven't done a single external view for this entire sector. What does butter mean, a patriot? Smooth landing is listed input. I guess that's for me. Reduce speed Mach decimal 76 Alpaca 8 Alpha. So I should have confirmed it's definitely the right call sign. But anyway, Ablin restriction then 180150 above. It's coded. Urchem 90 above. Lipgo max 240 knots coded. And Pevox 70. And this is what we call an RNAV point to merge. So the idea is, actually no, this version isn't a point to merge, it's just a straight in. But essentially it just puts you in a position where you can accept straight in. So there are some level restrictions in there. Then it's direct to SOBEB, then to lap mode. There is another arrival, which is point merge. So instead of holds, what they generally do, they put aircraft on this point merge, and then you just send them direct to the initial approach fix once they're ready. Roll flight. Oh, Queen Lizzie must be flying. So you're actually going to lap mode at about 3000. Gannett 3000 or below. I don't. Oh no, that's the missed approach. That's fine. I'm just going to get rid of this lap mode restriction to be at or below 3000. It's at or above, and that will actually leave us low on the profile. So we'll put this to above. Max Ev's 2500 initial approach. So yeah, it's a pretty much straight in approach. RNAV required. GME or GNSS. We have GNSS. Max 250 below 100. Highest must inform ATIS if unable to comply with restrictions. Pretty standard stuff. Ooh, EG2S terrain alert may account for aircraft exceeding the standard speed restriction while below 5,000 feet. Interesting. They have some high points there to the south, to be fair. Anyway, we're not going to be doing that. ILS frequency then, 11135. See why I was testing one earlier, it's on standby. Final approach course 279. Max F-star point at which we intercept the ILS at 7.1 miles. Minimum's 402, so as we're discussing to many people today asking a difference here, this is a DA, a decision at altitude, so this is based off the barometric local pressure. This is the height above sea level. 200 feet AGL, so above the airport. So we'll set 402 here. Can you hear that? Someone's having a little bit of difficulty in the air. What's that all about?
1070 Foxtrot to get back on your
Let's listen in.
Head, turn left heading 190 degrees.
I think he's having a nightmare, poor guy.
190 degrees, 1070 F.
I just heard him saying he's got a little bit stuck or something. Poor guy. Right, straight in ILS then, from Lapmo. Excuse me, guys, which is on the arrival via Maxev. Sorry, via Lapmo then to Maxev. That's coded down to the runway, down to the minimums. If I have to go around, which remember today is if we don't butter, I'll push toga once. The actions will be then to call go around, call for flat 15, we'll then set go around thrust. Positive radio climb will then raise the landing gear. 400 feet will select a roll mode, which will be L nav today to fly the standard missed approach. We'll then start retracting the flaps. Going to climb out to Gannet, 9.6 off India Delta Whiskey, and then make a right turn inbound to the Dublin VOR, which is 14.9, so we'll put that on standby. There we go. Max speed 220 knots for that turn, so we can clean up. That's it, that's the missed approach. We've got PAPI's high intensity approach lights here for the Cat 3, so full lighting basically. Lovely. Landing then, runway 28. So recently in Dublin they're building a new runway here, which isn't depicted. The scenery here is from Aerosoft. It's actually quite a nice scenery. I don't think they've updated the taxiways. They're all Sierra on charts, but they're still the original ones, which I think was Echo. So we just have to be careful taxiing because what ATIS is advising might not match what we're seeing out the window. We'll plan to vacate Sierra 5. It's around 2,000 meters or so. Let's do the landing performance. So we're over 3.7 tons. Our alternate today is Shannon to the west. We need, I think it was 2.4, so we've got loads of extra fuel. We can hold for 30 minutes. That's going to be 800 kilos of fuel to burn before we land. We'll be landing with 58.3 tons. So 58.3. So Dublin, runway 28, dry. What was that surface wind off the ATIS? It was 320 at 12. Temperature was 7. I can't remember now. But temperature was 7, and QNH was 9 at 9 at 9 at, and that landing weight was 58.3 tons. Direct to VATSIM, Alpaca 8 Alpha, thank you. Nice little shortcut. Right, VATSIM, execute.
And Alpaca 8 Alpha, when ready, descend flight level 200, level at VATSIM.
When ready, descend flight level 200, level VATSIM, Alpaca 8 Alpha. So when ready, that's whenever we wish to commence descent. There's no traffic affecting us for that initial part of the restriction, but make sure when you get a restriction like that you update the FMC. So we're predicting to be 206 or below. Well, we need to comply with our new restriction, which is to be at or below 200, so slash 200B, execute. Now VNAV will ensure that we maintain that restriction. What was that landing weight? 58.3, wasn't it? So 58.3, flat 30, let's see what we need. So flat 30 order break 3, 1700, so we wanted 2,000 meters, remember, to vacate at Sierra 5. Sierra 4 I could do with flat 40 perhaps, but it'd be a bit hot on the brakes, so we'll go for the high speed. Order break 2, 2,200. Let's go order break 3, and then I can disengage, let it roll to maintain and exit Sierra 5, because I'll probably float trying to get the butter because I don't want to go around. That's why I love desktop sims, don't I? You do just try butter every time. Right, that's the landing forms done. So it's 58.3. Oh, I shouldn't go bald like that. That's a bug. Why has that gone bald? Yeah, that shouldn't do that. The 140 shouldn't get bigger. That's a little bug there. Flat 30, order break 3, and we'll go second detent reverse. There we are. Descent approach briefing complete. If you have any questions, I'll try and answer them where I can. I've been not looking at chat for about 5 minutes, so apologies for that. Glistener is going 999. Magic Man 1358. What overlay are you using on the top there? If no one's answered for you already, it's the Sim Toolkit Pro overlay. I can't see it, but obviously on the streaming software, it's there for all of you to see. Bonaga, I hope you're doing well. You're always popping in here. Boga, yes, butter will go around. I see it's been used a lot here. Boga engaging toga. Amazing. Liam Bai, what's the arrival into Dublin? We're planning the Aberlin 1 X-ray. didn't I? Have you been flying recently? I have. Oh, last week was my sim check, so I'm all good for another 6 months, guys. So I had my what we call OPC, operator proficiency check, which keeps me going for the 6 months. My your instrument rating or your LPC, which expires every 12 months, is done at my operator in the winter period. So all good. So I had my sim check. That was my last duty, and I only flew twice last week. So I've been busy. A few days off. I'm back to work on this weekend, so got tomorrow off as well, which is nice. Tantmore. Can you explain the A and the B on the altitude in the FMC? I sure can. Fearless 7331. So 2 restrictions, or 3 restrictions, I could say. You can see all 3 here. Look, so PENOC is without the Alpha Bravo. So the FMC wants you to be at exactly flight level 70, not 7001 or 6999. At flight level 70. The A stands for above. So the restriction is at ERCAM. You cannot be below flight level 90, but you can be anything above flight level 90. And the below at VATSIM says you can be below flight level 200, but not above it. So flight level 20,000 feet or below. That's all it simply means. So A is no lower than 9,000 feet. B is no higher than flight level 200. Thanks, Terry. That's great, Captain. Yeah, I'm very fortunate, obviously, to even have a job like that, if I'm honest. But as I've mentioned before, very quiet the winter. I am going to be going part-time in a couple of months' time, if not sooner, if it looks like the way things are. Very shortly, commencing our descent in 5 miles. On conversion, maintain speed 280 knots, Alpaca 8 Alpha. Very good, so 280 on conversion. We've told the FMC what we'd like to do it, so VNAV will now recalculate at what point it wants to commence descent to maintain 280 to make the first restriction at VATSIM, which is to be at below flight level 200. You guys got it in chat as well. Get your top of descents in. We're about to go. There we are. Excellent. And down we go. Michael, on conversion now, that's some non-USA phraseology for sure. Now, Michael, you know how I feel every time I stream in the US. Very typical clearance in Europe. Just the speed after they want you to maintain. Obviously, you maintain a Mach number initially, so we're maintaining decimal 76 here, or VNAV's struggling to. Why is VNAV not giving me 76? Yeah, that's all a little bit. So I'm just going to use a bit of speed brake here because we are under restriction here, decimal 76. Just want to make sure we're complying with that. And then on conversion, obviously if you maintain a Mach number in descent, your indicated airspeed will increase. And then on conversion, you want to maintain that indicated airspeed. So there's decimal 76 now, just over speed brake. Emmanuel, hello Captain, very new to the ZIBO today as I was on the takeoff roll. After engaging VNAV and LNAV, when I engaged the command A for the autopilot, it doesn't engage, please help me. Emmanuel, autopilot engagement, number one thing, make sure you've got no input on the controls. If you're pulling up, left, right, any input there, the autopilot won't engage. You need to have it all basically in trim, no input on the controls for the autopilot to engage. That's probably the most common reason. Secondly, make sure these switches should be in, not in cutout. But, if you've somehow managed to do that as well, but I should think it's because you've got an input on the control column. Could be many reasons there. Captain Callie, when I plug in the ILS for an airport and I hit the approach button, it always does a very sharp right or left bank off centerline. Any tips? Make sure, Captain Callie, and this is an X-Plane ZIBO thing, I think. You set your courses. Set your courses for the ILS approach. Now, in the real aircraft, I've never done it, but I'm led to believe that on a localizer, so long as you're within 90 degrees either side of your course, it shouldn't make any difference to intercept a localizer. VR, obviously, but But I've noticed in the mod, if you don't have your courses correctly set, it doesn't correctly fly or align the approach there. But you know, in real life, I've never not flown it without the courses, and there's no guidance in the FCOM about it. So I think someone told me many moons ago saying that the course selector on the MCP, the autopilot looks at that and works out the closure rate for the localizer. But make sure you've got the courses selected on the correct final approach track, which you'll find on your chart. So in this case 279, make sure you've dialed that in, and it should behave correctly. Ah, he says Kelly, now I get it, I'm so used to flying Airbus. Boo. Yeah, that thing does it all for you, doesn't it? I'm joking.
123.7. Good day.
Looking. So it's doing okay now. It seems to be holding the speed quite nicely. As we descend into Dublin, we're going to have a little bit of a crosswind for landing 2. 129.175 the speed, Alpaca 8 Alpha, good evening. So we're just checking with Dublin. Very quiet on the old
Bravo Yankee, hello, contact approach 121.1.
Could be still busy here. Oh, I need to get my nav tuning panel. I'm going to get that. I'm going to order that this week. Dublin, good evening. Alpaca 8 Alpha, descending flight level 200 to be level at VATSIM, maintaining speed 280 knots.
Alpaca 8 Alpha, Dublin control, hello. I'm closing now. You can switch to my colleague 121.1 approach. Goodbye.
121.1, and have a great evening, Alpaca 8 Alpha. Bye now. So he's going. We've just gone past the time I think the event closed, which is a bit of a pain. So you see that restriction at Badsea leaves a bit low on profile.
It's Alpha, hello, disregard. Runner 4, Bravo Yankee, hello, Dublin, approach. It's the...
Oh. So you obviously thought I was checking it.
Runner 4, Bravo Yankee, hello, Dublin 1 Lima, arrival landing runway 28, descent flight level 150.
Dublin, good evening. Alpaca 8 Alpha, setting flight level 200, level Badsea, speed 280 knots.
Alpaca 8 Alpha, hello, Dublin approach, Dublin 1 Lima, arrival landing runway 28, descend flight level 150.
So Ablin 1 Lima, descend flight level 150, Alpaca 8 Alpha. So it's the other Ablin. It's the other Ablin arrival. It's a slightly longer track. But we'll select it. So let's do it in the FMC first. So you see now, instead of going straight in, it sent us all the way on this point to merge system, which I was discussing earlier. There we are, Ablin 1 Lima. So, still have the same restriction to comply with at Badsea, which we're approaching shortly. But instead of getting a straight in now, coming in via Ablin, there you are on the chart to go to Urcum. There's Urcum. Lipgo, Peacock, exactly as before, flight level 70. Sivna, but if you remember before we went straight into Sorab. Now if it's quiet we still might get that restriction, and the whole idea of this arrival, this 70 restriction, it puts you in a position to be able to get a direct, and you basically just fly around. They call it point merge at 70, and as soon as they're ready they just send you direct to Lapmo or SOPEP for the approach. So you look in the FMC, look 70. This is more common now, or replacing conventional holding at a lot of airports. So
Alpaca 8 Alpha, descend flight level 150.
at descend flight level 150 Alpaca 8 Alpha. So you'll notice the aircraft's leveled off. That's completely correct. That's because it's made the 200 restriction. I need to now push out into vent to ensure the aircraft continues descending at 1,000 feet per minute to comply with that restriction. What that has done is actually delete the restriction at Albin to be at above 150, but it doesn't matter. Look, we're predicting to be at 165. So that's exactly the same arrival as before. The only difference is we go a little bit further east and north at 70, and then we just essentially fly in. We have to check all those waypoints, all the tracks, make sure they match. You can see pictorially though, they're all there, and then we're going to go to Latmo. So yeah, that's it really. Point merge.
Golf Bravo Bravo, descent altitude 4,000 feet, continuation 90909 hectopascals.
A Katsukane, data call made it. Not the sort of stream Katsukane, when we're on VATSIM, we obviously take things as seriously as possible. Within reason. He says, whilst he's trying to promote Boga. Butts will go around.
Golf Bravo 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 Bravo, descend altitude 4,000
What?
feet,
Who's
90909
chose that
hectopascals.
call sign? Golf Bravo Bravo Bravo. Oh, Golf Bravo Bravo. Tobias, you just avoided the bad weather at Stuttgart. Yeah, I did see CBs with forecasts. We've been lucky. It was Golf Bravo 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 Bravo. What a cool sign. I know, guys.
Continue to send flight level 200.
Katsukane, she did call Mayday, but it was for legitimate reasons. I remember being on VATSIM, one of my first ever VATSIM streams. And I will never. I remember hearing a guy calling Mayday, Mayday, because he couldn't see where he was going. He said he entered IMC.
Alpaca 72, thanks. 1 speed 190 until max serve.
Check, it's approaching 1 to go. So there we are, just past Ablin. We made that restriction. Erkim's the next restriction, so we're going to want to continue descent to stay on profile. Bangkok will kick my cat. Yes, just testing you. Two eight. Windmill, some classic call signs on today. Oh, Windmill is my call sign. So getting a bit high here, but we're under a speed restriction of 280, so not much we can do about that. There is an aircraft just ahead of us as well. Alpaca 8 Alpha requests further descent.
Alpaca 8 Alpha, descend flight level 90.
Descend flight level 90, Alpaca 8 Alpha.
Runner 4 Bravo,
so there's 90. We'll cycle the belts now. Tells the crew that we've got around 15 minutes to landing. Ben Root, the first aircraft I flew was G. Rowley. That's very close to the one that I first flew, which was G. Rory, Romeo Oscar Romeo Yankee. Well, I did gliding before, or flew gliders before. My first powered light aircraft was in G. Rory. So yeah, a bit higher here to make the restriction at Pecock. So I'm going to use a bit of speed brake here, get down to 70. We'll make the restriction at Erkim, which is to be obviously at above flight level 90. That should help us with the profile. Oh look, first time I've done an external view or stream. I can't believe I've been chatting away. It's been a very cool, calm stream, but we've had lots of questions coming in. There we are, look. Beautiful. What is going on with this music? Let's skip.
Runner 4 Bravo Yankee, proceed direct lap mode.
Probably a smidge of engine anti-ice. Yes, 2 degrees. Oh, crikey. should be reducing our speed here. So if you quick go VS and then 250 below, and we'll quickly bring our speed back to be at below flight level 100. Engine anti-ice on. Post-cruise fuel, 4 pumps, lights, logos off, APs off, pressurization 3.0 set, seatbelts on, recall. There we are. No, newer thing, look, 250 below 100, no problem. Stone speed brake. And back on profile. Stuff, do you use speed brake in real flying? Yeah. As I mentioned before, it's a tool to get the job done, so like there, in real life I would use speed brake to bring the speed back and also make the restriction there. But what you're seeing here, guys, is exactly how it reacts in real life to what we have there. So I've just got a vertical speed of 1,000 feet per minute. Max 240 at lip go, look. So
Runner 4 Bravo Yankee, speed 250 knots. Alpaca, it's Alpha, speed 250 knots.
Speed 250 knots, Alpaca 8 Alpha. So if the 80...
Alpaca Alpha, continues descend flight level 70.
Descend flight level 70, Alpaca 8 Alpha. So if ATC give you a speed, it's, you know, it overrides any restriction on the arrival there. Now if it's over 250, which is very unusual below flight level 100, we generally turn that down and say, look, I'll give you 250, but you know, I'm not going to go any faster than that because it can have issues with high energy approaches. So we're making that next restriction at PEVOC to be at flight level 70. ATC have advised that we want to be doing 250. So I'm actually going to update the target speed here to 250, which it is below 100 anyway.
1,000 to go.
And we're now approaching PEVOC.
74 Tango Delta, thanks. Speed 180 knots.
So I'm going to turn the music off now as well. Sterile cockpit as well. So, alerts are muted whilst on the approach. Could be a bit busy here. Just going vertical speed, just slow. Rate of descent there. 5 degrees in cloud, so anti-ice is on.
Alpaca 8 Alpha, proceed direct Latmo.
Direct Latmo, Alpaca 8 Alpha. Typically what you'd expect if it's very quiet. And it's exactly how this approach is designed. It's not busy, so they can give us a clearance straight to the initial approach fix, which is Latmo. Lovely. Legs page, Latmo to one left, execute. There we are. And we don't want 3,000 or below. I thought I'd already gotten rid of that. Execute. So you can update, you could even put 70 there if you wanted, regenerate your top of descent point here, but this point's completely fine. Now we should have update on our VNAV profile, but for some reason we don't have a top of descent point yet.
4 Bravo Yankee from Latmo, clear Dallas, approach runway 2.
And we'll just maintain 70. Traffic 10 miles ahead.
Alpaca 8 Alpha, descent altitude 3,000 feet, QNH 1000.
Descent altitude 3,000 feet, QNH 1000, Alpaca 8 Alpha. So 3,000 feet set, VNAV, and set QNH, which is 1,000. Passing 6,600 for altitude, 3,000 feet, standby altimeter is set. And we're just going to use vertical speed. Now, again, what I said, VS is generally just to control your rate of descent. Well, if I use VNAV now, it'll descend 1,000 feet per minute, which is a little bit more than I'd like at this stage. So I've just set, let's go minus 500. That's the kind of minimum ATC would expect. They wouldn't want anything really less than that. But that way we won't get too low on profile. Domino Musina, Alpaca 782 made it to Dublin. Excellent.
Runner 4 Bravo Yankee, reduce your speed 230 knots.
Kick my cat, thanks to everyone who wished me a happy birthday the other day. I asked you how old you were, you didn't answer. Happy birthday for the other day, buddy. Tobias, I'm pretty lucky you didn't read my message in Instagram, but you saw the message regarding the weather in Stuttgart. Oh, Tobias, I'll tell you right now. Would you like to know how many message requests I have on Instagram right now? Hold on. 210 message requests on Instagram. It's just like, it's too much now. It's too much. Most of them are like, to be fair, when I post a story and if someone puts a thumb up or a heart or whatever, an emoji, it messages that as a message because I have to approve them all. Same on Facebook. I've got loads. I can't do it now. It's just too much. Like when I had the Microsoft streams, I mean, it was crazy. It was just crazy. Oh, I heard my voice in the background there. Right, anyway, you can see how vertical speed's working quite nicely. Profile's coming up. We've got about another 2 minutes coming here. We're missing a few little points here in the mod. We should have had a top of descent from 7-0. We should have had a decel point as well for the approach, but we don't have that today. But now's a little bit probably a good time to start slowing down. And I'm going to use level change now. I'll put tower on standby, which is 1186. So level change, remember, is to go down as quickly as possible, but also at your speed. So I want to bring the speed back.
Alpaca 8 Alpha from Atmo cleared Alice approach runway 28 report established. Reduce speed 230 knots.
After Latmo cleared ILS 28, reducing speed 230 knots, Alpaca 8 Alpha. So kind of preempting some of these restrictions. I kind of knew they're coming, but that's at the point I want to start configuring for the approach anyway. Right, let's do the approach check. So we've got the ILS tuned. We verify we've got our fixed rings in for the correct runway. We've got the idents for the ILS, which is India Delta Whiskey. 11135. So we've got the correct ident, arm approach, and 279 course is set. So the approach check is complete. We're all correctly configured. 230 knots as requested from ATC, but I'm going to have to slow down. It's too fast now. So flaps 1 vertical speed, and I'm just going to use VS to finesse, as you've all heard me say before, and just use vertical speed to fly onto the glide slope. He did want 230, but that's going to be too fast for us. Nice crosswind as well. Look at that, 28 knots. Could be interesting. We have been cleared approach now, so approaching that point we can arm the approach. Anyway, it would have turned onto the localizer because we have been cleared via LATMO for the ILS instead of getting vectors. So there's the aircraft turning. Sometimes you get in the FMC in the real aircraft it says lock cap active, which isn't modelled, but it's going down here. Right, engine anti-ice, I think you can come off now. It's good enough visibility to not require it. Again, it's quite hard to dictate in the simulator there. Right, localizer alive, localizer capture runway heading 279. Set, we have been cleared ILS. Flat 5, match speed, glide slope capture, missed approach altitude is 3,000 feet here, and that is set. Perfect. Alpaca 8 Alpha ILS 28 approaching 9 miles. Boga.
Alpaca 8 Alpha, reduce speed 180 knots, maintain until max EV, contact tower 118.6, bye bye.
180 till max EV, tower 1186, Alpaca 8 Alpha, good day. Tower is active, 1186, and do we have any ground? No, it's just, we do have ground, but am I confident enough to set ground? There's max EV now anyway, so I can reduce the speed to the flat 5 speed. Yeah, let's put ground on, and hopefully we won't, but we'll butter it. What does boga mean? Butter or go around? As requested by, well, Dyson Mark requested it just to go around. I compromised and said, look, if I don't butter, we'll go around. Right, let's contact town. Look at this crosswind. Look, we are on the extended sense line here, but we've got a bit of a crab here. It could be quite a fun decrab here. Dublin Tower, good day, Alpaca 8 Alpha ILS 28, just past 6 miles.
Alpaca 8 Alpha, Dublin Tower, hello, continue the approach, your number 2.
Continue approach, Alpaca 8 Alpha. Wind's dropping off a little bit, but at the moment, yeah, that's exactly where you see the runway, on your left-hand side with a 24 knot crosswind. Listerman, wasn't that just a Sunday rule originally? It is Listerman, but it was requested. Dyson Mark asked if I could do a go around today, and I compromised. I said if I don't butter, it's a Thursday, why not? It is only a Sunday thing, but we thought we'd spice up the Thursday stream. Right, anyway, better figure it down. Flat 15. Star switches, continuous recall, checked. Speed brake on, green light, landing gear down to green, order brake is set to 3. Below 175, we can select flat 30, match speeds. So flaps 30, 30, and a green light. Just waiting for our landing clearance. Checked. Winds dropped off a little bit. Lovely how the winds just come off a little bit. That's good. Right to 8, clear to land. Alpaca 8 Alpha. Landing clearance is in, boys and girls. I'm just putting my feet on my rudder pedals. No sea cleaner. I don't care. You're out of date. Clear off. I'm disconnecting. It just came up with a massive pop-up. Unbelievable. Right, disconnecting the autopilot. Now, the ZIBO mod has a tendency to pitch down when you disconnect the autopilot. It shouldn't do. Right, 2 reds, 2 whites.
Dublin Tower, very good evening. Radio check the speedbird 9024.
Alright, checked. Supposed to be fully stable at 500 feet AGL, which we are.
We're currently holding short runway 28 on runway 3.
Check.
Speedbird 924. Speedbird 924, thanks behind
Right,
the
says
arriving
a
bit.
bit. Arriving Alpaca, love it. He's probably like, what?
Behind, arriving 737.
Arriving Alpaca, listen. Continue. Right, tad low.
50, 40, 30,
Check.
20,
Close. Hold. Little bit of left rudder. Aileron into wind. Oh, are you joking? Oh, go around. Flap 15.
5,000 feet remaining.
So, rejected landing. Waiting till above
4,000
VREF.
remaining.
And we're out. Bit too much rest. Possibly to climb gear up. Damn you, Mark Dyson. Oh, helps if you push Toga as well. Oh, Toga. There we are.
272, go ahead.
400 feet LNAV. Flap 5. Unbelievable.
Echo 272, actually you can track about Blanchard.
Flap 1.
1,000.
Alpaca 8 Alpha, turn right heading 360 degrees and
Flaps
stop
up.
climb altitude 3,000 feet.
Right turn heading. Just confirm the heading.
360.
Right turn heading 360 degrees. Stop climb 3,000 feet. Alpaca 8 Alpha. So hand fly and go around. Flaps are up now. We wait until we've levelled off. We hand fly the go arounds in the 7-3. Heading select. As soon as you get out acquire, speed window opens, so you can now bug the correct speed. It should have given me 222 knots. So yeah, the go around used to be perfect in the mod. I used to get all the correct bug speeds, but something's quite high. And look at the flight directors again. Look, the flight directors are ballooning me past 3,000, ignoring the flight director in pitch there. Ignoring the flight director in pitch. The flight director's commanding with a slight climb. There we are. All the
Alpaca 8 Alpha, contact approach 121.1.
121.1 Alpaca 8 Alpha bye. So usually in real life they'd be asking, okay, why did you go around? What was the reason? Yeah, didn't butter it. Unbelievable. Right, 121.1. And then we'll contact radar again. Dublin radar, good day again. Alpaca 8 Alpha, missed approach, runway 28. Maintain 3,000 feet, radar heading 360 degrees.
Alpaca 8 Alpha, hello again, Dublin approach.
Perfect. So after takeoff, check this.
Right heading 090 degrees.
Right turning 090 degrees, Alpaca 8 Alpha. So after takeoff, check this, gear to off, leave the auto brake where you are if you're going to fly another approach. Air conditioning and pressurization. Packs of the bleeds on set. This all good.
Alpaca 6 Charlie Fox, descent flight level 70.
That's it, after takeoff checklist complete. So, after takeoff checklist, cabin crew will be calling you after the go around, if you haven't called them first, to see what the reason was, make sure everything's there. Obviously passengers, if we did something like that, would be very nervous as well. So firstly we'd tell the passengers,
Runner 6-7,
what's the reason for the go around? Okay, yeah, a realistic reason, you know, ATIS didn't give us a landing clearance, probably the most common one.
Alpaca 57 kilo.
Could be loads of different reasons. So that's it. Then we just do a PA to the passengers. So yeah, ladies, just flight deck captain speaking. We just flied a missed approach there because of XYZ. We're just downwind now to reposition the aircraft for another landing. We touched it down in 10 minutes. Sorry for the inconvenience. We'll be back with you. So something like that. That's it. Deer on runway, said Dominic. Yeah, something like that. In this case, the reason we went around is because Mark Dyson requested that we go around if we did. We wanted to go around full stop. Well, that was technically a rejected landing because we actually touched down first. But yeah, I didn't. It's quite hard because I was concentrating there. The go around actions I roughly executed. I forgot to push toga, which is the #1 important thing when you go around. The first thing you do is you push toga, which I didn't do. I was a bit slow doing, so I was trying to maintain center line with runway with rudder there. So push toga, set go around thrust, flat 15 as well, which I got in there. 400 feet start the flat retraction. So yeah, I was overall pleased with it, but the bugs are all. He's loud, this guy. The bugs are all missing on the setting here.
Dublin approach,
Perfect. So I've just played a bit with the volumes there. So yeah, that was the missed approach. Good fun. And why did I switch engines back to ground? Back to off. Well, the mod has auto, but at my operator they're off there because we don't need them anymore. We only have them for the takeoff and landing.
Alpaca 8 Alpha, reduce speed 180 knots.
Reduce speed 180 knots, Alpaca 8 Alpha. So that's it. Now we're committed to landing after that one. So speed check flaps 1.
From Latmo cleared ILS approach from way 2, report established. Extend altitude 3000 feet on QH 1000 and clear ILS approach from Latmo on QH.
I'm in active sky limit surface winds to 5. Oh god. Oh dear. I just have active sky on full, like, I have where the X-plane winds are not constantly changed, but yeah, whenever the surface wind is on the METAR, you get in the sim, it's far more realistic, far more fun. I don't want the wind to reduce after touchdown, takes the fun out of it. How many times have I gone around in real life? Oh, count them on one hand, 4 or 5 times. Why are you not flying a heading? I am flying a radar heading of 090 degrees, but the wind's coming from the north, so we're tracking 100, which is why the controller's given me that heading. He probably wants to be parallel there. We've got 10 degrees of drift here. So the aircraft is moving, tracking 100 degrees, but our nose is pointing to 090. You can see it here. It's better depicted on this display. So that's our track, that's the heading, but this is what we're doing. The aircraft's going in this direction, where my mouse is, but the nose is pointing in this direction. So you can't really see it there. You can just about see how it's pointing off to the right there, drifting.
When being handed off, just report the heading to your future controller next time, just so there's no confusion. But that's fine. Keep the left turn heading.
Do you have to check the brake temperature after rejected landing? Well, on a rejected landing, Dominic, you wouldn't be braking. But if you landed and braked hard, I mean very hard, we have charts or brake temperature tables we can check. But
Alpaca 8 Alpha, turn right heading 250 degrees, cleared ILS approach from my 2 report established.
Right heading 250 degrees on that heading, cleared ILS 28 Wilco, Alpaca 8 Alpha. Yeah, brake temperature's not an issue on a rejected landing. After a certain landings, you know, if we're using... Someone else is going around. Is he... I wonder if he bogered. Oh yeah, so I was just saying what Kick My Cat said. If you push C, it will show you the drift better. Not on the turn, perhaps, but on final it will. So on that heading, you know, we're going to have to request descent because we're going to probably intercept only around 8 miles and we'll be a bit high at 3,000 feet. Boger again, no, that's it now.
London 133.7, have a very good evening, thanks for service, Speedbird 9024.
See you later, Nigel.
Bye-bye.
Actually, I think that heading is quite nice. Well, I stand corrected.
3,000 feet, 1
Ah, Raddy, yeah, you could show the the drift with the Jeft. You can show the drift of the flight path vector. Yeah, that's also modelled. Look, you see the aircraft pointing. You know, that's where we're going. That's a useful tool for raw data as well. You pop that on the horizon, that means you're level. We can see how the flight FPV is right on the horizon. It's banned though if you're doing your raw data. Right, cleared approach, so arming approach. Oh, so what? Look what I have also forgotten to do. I forgot to reselect the approach in the FMC. Not a big problem because we're under vectors. Are we intercepting outside of Maxev? Just about. Yeah, I'm just going to route direct to Maxev. There you go.
Speedbird 85 Whiskey, report your passing altitude.
So we should hopefully just intercept the ILS at the right time. Flat 5. Localizer, glide slope. Capture. Runway heading 279. Missed approach altitude 3,000 feet. Set. Do 160 till 4. Next restriction. Outback 8 Alpha. Establish ILS 28.
Approach from 82. Report established. Issue speed now 210 knots.
Flat 10. Blocked. So that blinking light is the auto throttle telling me it can't fly the commander's speed. Alpaca 8 Alpha ILS 28.
Alpaca 8 Alpha, contact tower 118.6, good evening.
Tower 1186, Alpaca 8 Alpha, good 8. Right, Tower 1186, ground was 21.8. Take 2. So yeah, well, Boga's done for now. Approach number 2 in the bag. There's the ground frequency. Flap 10. Speed's coming back nicely. Dublin Tower, good evening. Again, Alpaca 8 Alpha, ILS 28, 5 miles.
Alpaca 8 Alpha, Dublin Tower. Hello again, surface winds 320 degrees 15 knots. Runway 28, you are clear to land.
Clear to land 28, Alpaca 8 Alpha. So 320 at 15, winds the same. God, look at the traffic. There's traffic everywhere. Super busy here, so cool. Christopher Tisdall, I just want to tell you good luck, we're all counting on you. Excellent quote from Airplane. Right, gear down, flat 15, match speed, and again landing jet slaps. Start switch continuous, recall checked, speed brake, arm green light, landing gear down 3, order brake 3, set, flap 30. So a couple of things I should have done is reassess your landing weights. Might be a bit slower, but it's exactly the same still. And also have a look at your fuel. We've went around, we still have plenty of fuel, even for another go around, another approach before we'd have to start thinking about potentially diverting. Right, flaps, 30 green light, and landing lights are on. Check speed clear to land. Right, looking good. Speed's where I want it. Right, disconnecting autopilot and disconnecting auto throttle. Again, the nose just wants to come down a little bit when you disconnect the autopilot in the mod at the moment. I've never had that. Well, I think I had that before and it fixed, but it seems to have creeped back in. Right, speed's good. Probably should be flying a tad faster actually with that wind. Was it 32015? Now in real life you get a little bit of mechanical turbulence. That's actually something that the Microsoft Flight Simulator models quite nicely. It is usually quite silky smooth in X-Plane. Sometimes when you get the gusts though it can be a little bit more jumpy. Right, 2S2 it's looking good, speed's good, profile's looking nice, rate descent's nice. Check. Keep descending. And continue. Check.
50, 40, 30,
Check.
20,
Close.
10.
Alright, come on, let's butter this for the day. Oh no, well it says great landing, we'll take it. My speed brakes up, aileron into wind. Rudder to maintain, centre line. There's reverses.
Alpaca 8 Alpha, welcome to Dublin.
100 knots.
Right enable, right on Sierra, remains the sequence.
80 knots.
Right, next right enable onto Sierra, Wilco, Alpaca 8 Alpha. Right, manual braking. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dublin. You're so critical. If I don't get a butter these days, you know, it's game over. Chat is just brutal. After the last stream as well, we got a -20. It's all gone. It's all gone out the window there. Right, speed brakes up, flaps coming up. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dublin. Next right onto Sierra. Hi Jack, how you doing? Hello. Yeah, I've landed in Dublin. Oh yeah, it's so exciting. Should we go get a pint of Guinness? Good boy. Amazing. So yeah, I'll have a look at this tiller. Seems okay now.
Tower Echo 27 on routing, Talon 1000 feet for return to Boeing.
We're now on the Sierra taxiway. Looks like ground might have gone offline now. We'll turn all the alerts off. There we are. Excellent. Yeah, not bad. It was good fun. But to go around 2 hours. 10:30 in the evening. Live time, obviously 12 hours behind live time, but weather is real.
Alpaca 8 Alpha, continue Sierra Whiskey 1, hold short of runway 34.
Sierra Whiskey 1 and hold short of 3-4 Alpaca 8 Alpha.
Echo 271, contact mill radar 122.
So Sierra, Whiskey's going to be Whiskey 1, so it's this kind of second left here onto Whiskey and hold short of 1634. Right, let's do the cleanup. Flaps are up, trim as well. Perfect. So 4 units coming in. That was good fun. Two great landings. Don't forget, it wasn't butter, but it did say great. Transponder to out of. Oh, 31 knots, tad fast, 1 knot fast. 30 knots maximum taxi speed. Excellent. So yeah, this scenery's from Aerosoft. This Aerosoft Dublin is actually really nice. Albeit the Sierra taxiway is out of date now, but that's a reasonably recent change here.
Contact 253 Hotel, Dublin Tower. Hello, surface winds 320 degrees 15 knots, runway 28, you're clear to land.
So there's Sierra, there's Mike, and then the last one's going to be Whiskey. It's probably a little bit slower for this turn. Lovely. And we're going to hold short of the runway.
50, 40,
Oh!
30, 20.
Dyson Mark. Crikey. He's going to be
Can you pass
50
this
quid.
forward to the people you say we should donate before you all the time?
Dyson Mark. Can you pass this forward to the people you say we should donate to before you all the time? Oh, that's what we're on about. I don't know, but that was incredibly generous. Regardless. Can you pass this forward to the people you say we should donate to before you all the time? I don't know what that's all about. Oh, that's incredibly generous. 50 big bucks. Thank you very much, Dyson. I'll make sure that goes to a decent scenery once it comes around, or a decent pay aircraft. Very, very kind of you. Oh my goodness. Yeah, thank you a lot for your generosity. He also donated earlier £2.50 for the go around I've just spotted. Unbelievable. Thanks a lot, buddy. Alpaca 8 Alpha holding short 3-4 at Whiskey.
Alpaca 8 Alpha, apologies, cross runway 34, continue Hotel 1, link 4, stand 203.
And cross 3-4, Hotel 1, link 4, stand 203, Alpaca 8 Alpha. Thank you very much, Paul Crissell, for your membership. Welcome on board. Glad you enjoyed the flight over to Dublin State. Glad you're enjoying the content too. You get invited to our members only Discord, where you are free to answer any questions as you wish. And I hope you enjoy the time there. Enjoy your customer emojis in chat as well. Right, rest of the taxi then. Very kind, guys. Very generous, all of you. Crossing Whiskey then, 3-4. What's standing on? 203. There is 203. So it's pretty much in a straight line. Look, on centre pier. Link 4 is there. Look, so yeah, lovely. Nice straight line. Wonderful.
Tomjet 253 Hotel, welcome to Dublin, vacate right Sierra 5, right onto Sierra.
AP's coming up.
Right Sierra.
Kira's Ras in the background, that's cool. Mark Dyson, review your videos, you shout them a lot, lol. Mark? Wait, hold on, Mark Dyson and Dyson Mark? I'm getting confused. Oh dear, right, stand 203. Oh.
Again, surface winds 320 degrees, 15 knots, runway 28.
Yeah, it's 203, it's depicted on the correct chart there.
Land tweet south.
Thanks for subscribing.
No runway.
Roski as well, welcome on board.
Thank you.
Here's stand 203. So I'm going to use this tiller now. I'll just try again. So I'm going to make a full right here on the tiller. This is incorrectly modelled. It's the wrong way. It works on the left tiller. So look, I'm just going to show you. I'm going to go full right, look. And if I go full left, it continues turning. Look, continues turning. Then it stops. Now I'm going full right. Yeah, it's just a bit delayed. There's the marshallet. Thanks, okay, I guess Mr. O'Connor. Wait for him to cross his sticks. There we are, stop. Lovely. Parking brake is set. And 2 blues, 1 red. Engines. Engines are... Engines are dead. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dublin. Lovely. Does it sound like they're spawning down? It does. It sure took its time. Superb. Let's just look at the comments there. Thank you very much, Quinari, for the €2. Next stream, butter or fly Airbus? Both are. What have we started? Thank you very much, Quinari, for your €2 there. Listen, I've got no issue with the Airbus. We've flown it several times. I've even flown the Microsoft Airbus. So much fun. And the TOLIS. We did the TOLIS. My favourite Airbus. Very good. We'll do the replays very shortly. We'll do a replay of the missed approach and a replay of the landing there. It's always like to have a little read of the chat there. Perfect second time round. Terry, there was nothing wrong with the first one. Stupid butter will go around. Oh, whose idea was this? It's not even a Sunday as well. David says, tell Jack you didn't get a butter. My poor dog. Thank you very much, Aaron Hastings, who's just bought a t-shirt. The Remove Before Flight t-shirt. Thank you very much. Probably best not to wear a Remove Before Flight shirt on an actual flight. Thank you very much, Aaron, for the continued support. Very, very kind. I hope you enjoy your attire. My goodness. Thank you very much as well to Headshot or Head 5 Hot for your membership. Welcome aboard, sir. You'll get invited to our members-only Discord. To all the members that joined today, don't forget to synchronise Discord and YouTube. Search in Google, literally Discord, YouTube synchronisation. Follow those steps. Do that on your desktop sim and you'll be all good. Thank you very much, Mark Dyson, as well, for your generosity today. That's very, very kind. All of you today.
Minimums. Approaching minimums.
Brilliant. Mercia 97. 3 stars. I'll get you that message on Facebook as well with the preferences file. Awesome. Guys, what a stream. Really. Very, very fun. Nice to just do these flights. And I know we've been to Dublin a few times before. And we've... have we ever been to Stuttgart? I think we've flown from Stuttgart. We've never been there. But sometimes it's just nice to do... I know a lot of people go, oh, can we go to other places in the world? But Europe will always be my stomping ground just because it's where I fly and I can give you the best sort of immersive experience. Plus with VATSIM, all the networks as well. Thank you very much to Tobias, who's I've been trying to get a response from me on Instagram, I think. He's just joined as a member, so I'll get to you as soon as possible. And welcome aboard. And remember what I just said, how to get into Discord. Enjoy your custom emojis in chat. Thank you very much as well to Rudiger Odenbach. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced that, buddy. I hope you're doing well as well. Thank you very much for your generosity. Can you fly to Toulon in France, said Charles? No doubt you're from there, but yes, we'll have a look. Oh, you wanted to check the ZIBO landing rate. Yeah, what did ZIBO think of that? Thank you, ZIBO. ZIBO understands. What? Weak? Oh no, ZIBO doesn't understand. Oh, ZIBO, I'm having words. Weak approach rating. Unbelievable. I'm really distraught. That is... Right, performance landing. Weak. I'm gutted. Damn you! Who told me to check that? Nothing to see. No, I want to see what he had to say about that. Where was it again? Right, approach rating. Gear not down below 1,000 feet AGL. Was that was for the missed approach, surely. High glide slope deviation between 200 and 500 feet. Didn't have your landing flap set below 500. That doesn't count. That's the missed approach. ZIBO broken. They're all things that were triggered on the go around. Outrageous. James Warren, hope you're alright, mate. I'll catch you shortly. Right, I think we'll end the stream there before I see anything else that upsets me. Brutal from ZIBO. Unbelievable. Right, guys, let's turn down the music. I always like our little post-landing chats. They're always very, very amusing. And right now, let's cue the infamous Flight Deck to Sim replay music. If I can find it. I'm always so slow when it comes to finding this. There we go. It's working! God, it's loud though. I'm a professional streamer there, so I need to control the volume. There we go. Awesome. Right, so I guess we want to first have a look at that butter or go-around approach landing. And there we go. So that's us downwind. This was the first approach then. Which I guess you want to see from the touchdown point. AAA 123, Triple B 321. Replay, here it comes. Didn't press toga soon enough, ZIBO noticed. I know. It's a nice little crab wind today. So this was the first one. It was a nice landing. The D-crab was nice, just slightly a bit more rudder. Now X-Plane has a tendency of really wanting to dip a wing in crosswind conditions. Now I was too busy, centre line. Oh, that's so sketchy. There'll definitely be some paperwork required for that. And we went, cool. That's what it would look like from the this end here. Sure. Well, anyway, that was the go around, which I'm not so interested. The boga. Let's have a look at the last landing to a full stop. Zooming on in. This was the full stop. Yeah, I definitely prefer streaming during the day, even though it's night time here. But look at the crab. You can see, look, we're pointing into wind still there. Here comes the rudder, look. There's the left rudder in. Yeah, a little bit late decrabbing, but you can still land with crab. Wasn't the best. Not the worst. And just using rudder to maintain centre line. Just go from here. So you can see, look, on the centre line, and I just didn't put quite enough rudder in, so I should put a bit more rudder in now. Just a little bit lacking there. Oh, duck! Oh, for the nose wheel. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Adequate. Thanks, Commander Jenna Hofen. Unbelievable. Right then, guys, well, thank you very much to everyone that turned up for this live stream today. Very enjoyable as ever, as it always is, taking out the ZIBO mod. It allows me to share essentially what I do every single day with unparalleled realism, let's say, minus the boga. But it's great fun, and I do love the ZIBO mod, and I will always continue to fly it and provide feedback where possible and stuff. But again, thank you very much to everyone that donates tape. Very generous of you all, as I always say. There's no need to ever donate if you're enjoying the stream. Always just smash the thumbs up button, subscribe, and the generosity is obviously very, very kind, very, very much appreciated, of course. To all the moderators, thanks for helping me run the stream as well, although it was a bit quiet. I think all the mods there, I know Anty was around, Marianne is always in the background there. He was saying thank you. Look, thank you very much, sweetheart, for the continued support. Did I just say that on air? I did. As ever, to all my members, thank you for the continued support too. Guys, next live stream, what is it? I'm off from Tuesday next week. Very, very, very slim chance maybe something Saturday morning, but I don't think I will. It'll probably be after Tuesday. That's my last day. And then I'm actually off for a bit of week, so I've got some annual leave. So there'll be a stream midweek next week. Maybe Concord next weekend. I'm thinking Friday, a week tomorrow. So put that in your diaries as ever. Keep an eye out on the social media profiles. So make sure you follow me on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. I always post on the stream, sometimes with not much notice there, but I try and give as much notice as possible when I'm streaming there. It's the best way to stay up to date with all the content. Anyway, as I always say, stay safe out there. And yeah, we'll see you all on the next stream very soon. Good night from me.